headphones in.
Welcome to D&D with THC. This is the Lost Mines of Phandelver, episode 6. I'll pass things off to our DM, and he can give us a bit of a recap.
Welcome, my adventurers. Welcome back. So, whence you last came, you spent last. So let's do a quick recap. So last week you decided to have a ballsy fight with a very large group of red brands. You ultimately decided that probably wasn't in your best interest. You made your way out through a secret passageway that Trilina showed you out into the woods. At the same time, you lost your good friend Richter as he went off going to the woodworker's shop to try and get some help from his new woodworking elven friend. The elven friend provided Richter with what he called the dancing sword. Said it was a beautiful sword. It caused people to uncontrollably dance, and said this is what he would give to the cause. He was promised a pretty fair amount of gold from Richter, and Richter managed, as Black Jesus, might I add, to persuade him that this was actually going to happen, which I was rather impressed with. You all met up in the woods. You found an old familiar face in the form of Darren Ettermath, who was hurling stones at this large manor out in the woods. You knew this is Tressender Manor. The team met back up after some clever messaging from Pino to guide Richter into the right direction. Richter tried to use his sword, found out that it was just simply a sword that would rise up into the air and play the Mexican hat dance, and nobody would be compelled to dance. So feels like he was a bit gypped in that one.
It made me dance.
Then you found your way into a tunnel. You went through the tunnel and you found yourself in this sort of cave-like area, not with a large roof, though. The roof is pretty high above you, but below you is a pretty steep, about 20-foot deep crevasse with bridges crossing it. You met up with what you know now is a Nothic. Pretty amazing and death-defying stunts to attack it. You managed to basically obliterate its eye, which was the only valuable thing on it. And then you basically sat back and started licking your wounds, and we're figuring out your next move. As of right now, you guys have a column of fire burning in the air. You haven't taken any short rests or long rests. I know you guys took some time to heal up. Last you did stuff. You have, again, these two large bridges beside you. You do have a small opening off to the right of you, to the left of you, right beside where Gideon is standing right now, which I will make visible right now. So just off to here, you can see there is a passageway out that goes up a set of stairs, from what you can tell. So that is what's around you right now. You guys have the option. You are certainly welcome to take a short rest. There was quite a bit of screaming, quite a bit of commotion that you've caused because of the fight with the Nothic. And, Nothics are not known for being particularly quiet creatures, but that's where you sit. Also, you went around and you looked for treasure. Didn't seem to find much in this top area, which is kind of peculiar. Those of you who know now that it is a Nothic, those of you who know Nothics from lore, know that they like to keep a bounty. They like to keep a really big chest full of, most of the time, very valuable items of the people that they've, we'll call it, consumed. So you don't see that anywhere around right now. But you're sitting in this area, large crevasse, two bridges. What are we doing?
Before we do anything, really, can I use my divine sense as an action? I can detect good and evil. Until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Within 60 feet of you?
Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of... before we short rest here anyway.
So when you what action are you using to divine? It's not, it's just flavor. It doesn't really have any effect, but what sort of action are you using to divine?
I'm just going to smell the air. See if I can smell it.
All right, so you lift up your nose. You're a hefty paladin, so you lift up your nose into the air, your ears point back, you tilt your head back. Take a deep breath in. you get the faint hint of rotten flesh and bone in your nostrils. You do know that there are some undead around. You discern that they're not in your immediate area, but they're certainly in the area of your radius of 60 feet for sure.
So I'll cast, I'll use my one, because I get 4 of those, so that's one of them. And I'll just say to the guys, I know we should rest, but I don't know. Here's particularly safe.
Someone stand watch.
I agree. I think maybe we should go back up the tunnel at least a little bit, maybe get away from the immediate area where we've made all this noise, or if something comes to investigate, they don't find us here.
Right.
So that, we should probably get out of here pretty quickly.
Well, it's worth taking a look around here too to see if this creature left anything.
To make you look quick. We did make a lot of noise. I feel like we might be attracting some unwanted attention if we look too long.
Yeah, definitely. We should all just take a quick look and then go find somewhere safe to stay.
So I'm just going to look with my eyes as I start moving towards the way we came in.
All right. Well, looking with your eyes, you see relative darkness. I mean, most of you do have dark vision, so you can see a fair ways. But you do see, with this column of light in front of you as well, you are seeing quite a few things. I mean, you see this large bridge. You're starting to see a little bit of a hint of an opening up on that that northwest corner of this area. You see that there is, openings obviously across those bridges. And you see now as well that there's a relatively large opening up in the northwest or northeast side of this crevasse as well. Down in the crevasse, I need I'll need all of you to make a perception check real quick.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't see shit. Dab's not here to give me
the trumpet, the trombone, whatever it is.
Sound. Yeah.
The trombone. Where is this guy?
I don't know.
I don't mind.
Probably had to pick up some milk.
Richter.
He's coming
Richter
back.
sees what I don't see.
Richter sees. Oh, Richter. So Richter, you look down into the crevasse. You guess that it's probably around 20 feet deep. It's pretty deep. You also Richter specifically make Richter and Gideon. Richter and Gideon both make intelligence checks, please.
Looks like Gideon went for a drink.
Oh shit! Everybody leaving.
Al's frozen again.
I had a terrible
so
roll.
He just looks like he's...
Ooh, Richter.
Yeah.
So
That's how Gideon
Richter,
gets a
you
little
don't
more.
notice anything particularly different or particularly bad or anything on your end. You just do notice that the crevasse is about 20 feet deep, and it when you look sort of as far down as you possibly can, you do see some rubble and some other things sitting at the base of this crevasse. You can't see much else. It is pretty dark down there. You're just getting the hint of bumps and piles, and you see one particularly large pile sitting in the bottom, right basically underneath that north bridge. You see sort of a pile of something. Gideon, go ahead and make a intelligence check.
I'm not smart.
Oof. Fuck.
You are not smart at all.
2 ones in the first 5 rolls of the fucking game.
So both of you guys take a look. Everything seems to be okay. Everything seems to be fine. When you're looking around, you don't seem to see any issues with either of these bridges or anything else.
I really can't see, so I'm not smart and I'm in the dark.
I can see in the dark though.
Yeah. So right now, like I said,
you just hella dumb, cuz.
like I said, Richter, you're pretty confident about the integrity of these bridges, and you're also you see this small lump underneath the north bridge.
There's a small lump.
Yeah, so at the base of the crevasse, Richter, and I'm not sure if he's letting everybody else know this, Richter sees like a small pile of something. He can't quite discern what it is, but there's a small pile of something just underneath the north bridge at the very bottom of the crevasse, and the crevasse is about 20 feet deep. No opposite way down either.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I missed 2 trombone sounds.
Yeah, we
did
that
I?
one like the first 5 seconds. Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, Mike, you can't be a genius, a book smart, any of that type of shit.
So I'm going to see these guys stumbling around over at the edge of the crevasse and
Right.
say, why don't we go for this rest, boys? Looks like you could use a little bit of a rest. Why don't we step back into the tunnel we came from a minute and come back at us? I mean, I got rope and go down there, but I'd rather rest.
Yeah, I'd rather rest too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start heading a little bit into the tunnel we came from. Kind of keep an eye out, make sure nobody's coming from that way.
Are we taking a short rest or long rest or what?
Just a short.
We
just
should
quick
try
rest.
for a long rest. I mean,
Oh, that's
definitely
good
at
because a
least take
short rest means I get back my superiority down.
What do you guys want to try? We could all probably use the long rest, but we're kind of deep in
actually,
here.
my health is good. I think I use my potions.
How's everybody looking?
You used your one potion that you had
I
on
have
you.
3 health.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I use
So
my
you
potions.
mean you're fucked up and bleeding from every orifice is what you meant to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Richter's in rough shape.
So
I've used up some of my intellectual abilities, so I can use the
So
long
a
rest.
short-
But I don't know if we can.
Do we get hit dice for short rest?
Yeah,
You can use your hit dice, yeah.
you can use your hit dice to heal on a short rest.
That's what they're for.
I'm good for either or, so.
Keep in mind,
You
a
should
short
use
rest
two
does
dice
not
first.
count as, a short rest does not count as trance for elves. That is 4 hours. Short rests are usually like 15 to 20 minutes.
I'll be fine for health. I'm not worried about health. I have no spell slots left, so I'll be.
You burn through all of your abilities and all of your lay on hands there, Ganja.
So yeah, I'm gonna say
I
short
burned
rest
through
is
my
gonna
lay on
benefit you
hands.
guys.
I thought I had my lay on hands.
No, you
So-
burn through your lay on hands at the very end to try and heal
Oh
up.
shit!
I
I
can
didn't
like
do that at the end then.
practically trying to drag the group with
It
me.
says I'm at
go
13
take the
health, but I
short
still
rest.
have my lay on.
All right, so Pino's just basically like trying to back everybody up. He keeps pulling everybody into the cavern. Everybody starts to follow. They sort of, all of everybody is looking around. You guys head back into the actual opening. Are you going back out the other end, or are you just sort of staying in the tunnel for a quick 15 minutes to just take a quick break?
So for these guys, what we want, but I say we get to the rest before too much time passes.
Folks?
I don't have
I'm
the
up
long
for anything.
rest.
My
I
health
could
is full.
long rest.
I'm on watch. I'm standing at the mouth of the tunnel watching for my friends.
All right, so we're just gonna take a short rest in the tunnel.
All
In
right,
the
so you
tunnel,
guys
just a little
duck
ways back, like 30 feet.
Yeah, you guys duck back into the. If it's a short rest, you guys duck back into the tunnel. Give me a second. Oh yeah. So you guys duck back into the tunnel, and you finish your short rest. You guys are you assuming afterwards you're gonna make you guys your ways back out, so everybody can roll their hit dice, get their health back up. No spell slots back except for those who have skill sets that allow that. I believe Al gets his superiority dice back on a short rest.
Yeah, I only got the one because we still at level 2.
Did I spend
wild
all of my
back.
lay on hands? I don't recall, to be honest. I'm sorry. I didn't.
As far as
actually
I
do
know,
that on
you
my
did.
sheet.
You burned through quite a bit of them because you took some heavy damage in that fight.
I did. So where are hit dice on the sheet then? Find them.
You hit
I
short
never actually had
rest
to
at
roll
the
hit
top.
dice yet.
You hit short rest at the
Oh.
top, and then it'll allow you to roll your hit dice. And then you also got to take short rest, and it'll give you all the stats back that you would normally get back with a short rest.
Beauty. Gotta love technology. So you guys complete this short rest. I'll let you guys move through that.
So
You make
I'm
back
back at
into
full.
the cavern. The bonfire is now at this point out. So you're walking back into a relatively dark cavern. Those with dark vision can see quite a ways, obviously, and they can still, through memory, you can still sort of discern the rest of these pieces. Where are you guys going? So I just want to remind you, you've got an opening here to the middle west. You've got another opening that seems to be up here that you can just see up to the northwest. You've got another large opening up in the very northeast, and then straight to the east, you've also got another opening that you can see. So
I'm going to assume that we talked about the pile that Lex saw, or that Richter saw at the bottom of the crevasse on our bridge.
Yeah, Richter started to chat about it while at the very end, while you guys were resting.
I'm going to suggest we should check that out. I mean, these guys are. We didn't find anything. There's got to be something here. You've seen something down there. We should at least throw a rock at it.
I want to see a short rest.
Yeah, we took a short rest, Richter. So you guys are back in the cavern after a short rest. You can click short rest on your Beyond 20 or your roll D&D Beyond character sheet, and it'll do everything for you, and you can roll your hit dice then. Oh, Richter's hurting. Needs two of his. He needs all two of his hit dice.
Hopefully not so much after those rolls. They're bad.
To be honest,
No, that should put him at max.
I only meant to roll once.
Oh. Well, then just put your health down by 7. That's all. And we'll remember that you have a hit dice.
Yeah.
If you're taking a short rest.
After the first one, I have
So
pretty
he
much
rolled
full
3
health.
plus 8. He should be at 11 because he was at 3.
Yeah, and I only have 15 max.
I'll trust you. Anyways, continuing on, guys. What are you guys doing?
Okay, after we
I'm just gonna
go ahead and rest and relaxation for a few minutes. What's the next move, mate?
So
Check
me
out that
being
pile.
where's the pile?
So Richter had mentioned while you guys were resting. No, it's on the north bridge, not the south bridge. So while you guys were resting, Richter had mentioned that he saw, a relatively small sort of lump of something, rubble, rocks. He couldn't quite discern what it was, but there was a lump of something sitting underneath the north bridge. Now that is a 20-foot crevasse that's deep. You have no discernible way of getting down at this point.
I have rope.
What? How much room does this?
rope.
How much room does this lump of something take up?
Can't really discern it. I mean, it's at the very least. I mean, the entire crevasse is about 15 to 20 feet wide, or sorry, 10 to 15 feet wide. So it's not that wide, but I mean, it's wide enough.
So now, is this lump on a 5-foot square? Would I be able to mold earth, take the first layer of it, and bring it up and put it up in front of us to look at it?
You can certainly look below it. I don't know if you can certainly shoot in that relative area. It's only about 15 feet wide.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the mold earth, so it takes the 5-foot by 5-foot cube. I want to take that just below it and see if I take the dirt and if I can pick the whole thing up with the cube of dirt with it on top of the cube of dirt and bring it up and set it down where we can see it.
So you want to just cast mold earth over and over again while it's underneath?
Well, it shouldn't have to be over and over again. If it's sitting on top of dirt, I want to cast mold earth. I can take that chunk of dirt, move it wherever I want to. So I want to take that chunk of dirt with the pile on top of it, pick it up, and put it up here where we can see it.
You move dirt with mold earth? I know that you can just basically move,
no, I can move
create a hill under it.
It's in the chat.
Did not know that. You can cause shapes, colors, or both to appear in the stone. If you turn it, you can instantaneously.
You can only move it 5 feet away, though.
Yeah, you can only deposit it up to 5 feet away.
So I could continuously cast it to move it.
That's true, in theory.
So you can concentrate on it for a little bit. So it's a relatively big pile. It's a 15-foot square, so it would take you quite a bit of time just for the.
Well, if it's 15 foot, I wouldn't be able to get it. I'm trying to get it all in one shot and put it up. If it's bigger than a 5-foot square,
it's a pretty good pile. So you can certainly do that. So when you reach your hand out, you cast mold earth. You pick up this pile. As it sort of moves in and you put it about 5 feet away, you keep casting it. You make this small hill with a 5-foot cube in the middle of it. As it gets closer and closer to the top, everybody can start to see it's basically filled with bones. and a couple of other sort of fleshy bits and things like that. This is obviously where the Nothic is fed and where it lives. You don't see anything other than that. Now, I need, as you do this, I mean, because everybody's going to be paying attention to you trying to do this as you walk up and say, I'm going to give this a shot. I need everybody to make a perception check real quick. Richter, dumb as a brick.
Ah, fuck's sake. That's 2 nat 1s for me already this fucking game.
And I mean, you're getting them out. And I mean, now is the time to get them out. So, Pino
That's
and Richter.
true.
Dab, were you going to roll? Oh, you did. Gideon, I need you. All right, so Pino, Dab, or sorry, not Dab, Richter, Pino, and Gideon. All three of you hear as he's lifting this mold earth, which takes a little bit of sound to it, and it starts to, cacophonate off the walls and cause this this sort of rumble as he brings it up. You do hear the slight sound of almost like metal buckles on a wooden chest, and you hear just as if it was sort of thrown to the side.
So hearing that, what I know is I got cantrip produce flame. It says I can produce a small flame that creates 10 feet of light in my hand, but it also says I can throw it at a creature. Would I be able to move it to 30 feet just to try to light up an area?
You can certainly throw a fireball down there, get a split second of. I'll do a quick perception check with it.
Yeah, like I'm trying to make it just
Wait.
like
Do you
low
have to
key.
use spell? We have torches.
No, it's a cantrip. I can do it as many times as I want. So yeah.
I also just have
so you
dark vision. I
pull
can
out
just see
produce
the
flame.
dark.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Pino, because you're the one doing it.
Okay, right towards the noise that I heard.
Yeah, exactly. Towards that. Well, and again, you all heard that noise basically coming right from the same area as Mold Earth. Wow.
I didn't hear shit.
All it was 10. That's all you had beat. So you
And I
throw
got +5.
Yeah. You
Okay,
throw your. How did you manage it? Well, then why was it? Jesus.
It's just bad roll.
So you throw a flame down there. You notice that there's something down there in the same, like basically there's that column of dirt that Dab has just created, and then right off to the side of it, you can see another pile of something over in the corner there, and it's got faint shadows of non-organic material. Let's put it that way.
So I'm definitely going to relay that I see something that it could be some kind of box or some kind of something. It's something that's hard, that's made to anybody who didn't see.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing, folks?
Yeah, we definitely.
Can I see it because I've got dark vision?
I've got.
You can't see that far down in the crevasse. It is absolute pitch black down there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's maybe
Can I drop a torch down
lower
there?
somebody down there.
Yeah, you can drop a torch down there.
Well, what before we make it permanent light, why don't we send somebody with dark vision down to kind of check it out with a rope or something, so we can yank them back up if we need to. If there's some
I've
fucking
seen how this goes on movies, and you always yank back a fucking rope with nothing on it.
Maybe.
Glenn survived in The
What's
Walking
the
Dead
movie?
when they put him down the well.
What's a movie?
You never know.
I'm pretty
Let's
sure
go
they
through
do
and
it
somebody down.
Poltergeist.
And Poltergeist. Yeah, through the TV, right? And he never comes back.
No, through the closet.
Oh, yeah. It was The Simpsons that it was through the TV.
What are we doing, folks?
Narnia was through the closet too.
Somebody
Well,
going down
you are
there,
the
Phil?
smallest guy with dark vision. It would be easiest to get you down.
Yeah, let's
Some
throw the
brave,
fucking wizard
strong
down there.
person. I mean, I could yank you back pretty easy, or somebody could.
Why down there? Why can't we cross this bridge and walk over here?
Because there's something in the bottom
Because
that we
there's
want to
something
see.
down there that I want to find.
All right, well, fuck. Who's got the rope?
We all got rope.
I have
We
the
all
rope,
got
and I
a
tell you
Yeah,
something else.
I got
I'm
rope.
not
I think we all
afraid.
do.
One of us should go down.
All right, I'm going to tie the rope around my waist, and I'll have the whole group of people holding on to the rope. If I
find the knot.
I gotta instead of holding on because I'm not the strongest. I'm gonna stand and wait, kind of ready and
so now you're not even going to hold the
ready
fucking
in
rope.
the cantrip. What? You're a 3-foot gnome. You don't need 4 people holding the rope to pull your ass
I want to get up.
I'm
I want to get up here
to try to
fast.
stop something from attacking.
I don't want to be left down there with just my dick in my hand.
So that's why I'm going to stand on the edge of the crevice with something that's going to. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Just let him
I'll
go
grab
down.
a hold of the
No
rope.
protection.
I'm pretty.
Okay,
No
I'm gonna go down.
protection.
I'm gonna go down in the hole, and
Let
if I
the
cast a
Spartan
fire,
go down. No protection.
if I cast a fireball up, I
It's
want to
only
get the
gonna
fuck
take
out of there
me
quick.
holding the rope. It's only gonna take me holding the rope, mate. No,
All right,
it won't take more.
If I
I'm
fire a
definitely
fire,
not holding the rope, but I'm not
if
letting
I
it
fire
fall.
a
Support you just
firebolt
in
up
case.
out of there, then I want. That means I need up and out quick.
Okay,
I'm
so I'll
still
hold the
just
rope,
walking over
mate.
here.
All right, so let's just
I'll
set
help
this scene.
Gideon with the rope.
Somebody's tying a rope right around Dab's waist. Who's tying that knot?
I'm tying it because I'm a pirate. I'm a good sailor.
Make a survival
Yeah,
check.
Sailors
with
tie
advantage.
knot.
You know how to tie knots, Gideon, but make a survival check with advantage. You're looking for a 10 or higher. Oh yeah, you're good.
Let's
So you
go.
got what you're 90% sure, like 99% sure is like a solid knot right around his waist. It's an old overboard knot that you've used thousands of times. So you're very certain it's tight. You send Dab over the edge. Dab, you sort of make your way down this the side of this crevasse. You get to the bottom of it, and it's very cold down there. It's it feels unnaturally cold. You can feel, so you are really heavy with Arcana, so you can feel a faint necromantic aura down there, knowing that the Nothic works with necromancy and with dark magic. That makes sense.
I feel at home with the necromancy. I'm not scared because I'm very familiar with necromancy and whatnot.
You look all around you. I need you to make an Arcana check real quick, though.
Nat 20.
So you look around, you see bodies in like various states of decay. They look like they should be like you see pendants from hundreds of years ago, and yet they don't even look like they're barely decomposed. You know that the magic that's being used down here, that's present down here, is something that actually causes decomposition and aging to happen at half the normal rate.
Fuck, I wish we were a higher level. There's spells I could do to animate these people. So it's decaying at twice the rate or half the rate?
Half the rate. So things that would normally be gone to dust by 100 years are still have skin and bones hanging off them.
Okay. Fuck. If we were 2 more
As you walk forward, you start to see. So right now you see a giant column of dirt right in front of you from the mold earth that you did.
Yeah.
On either side of it, though, you do see that there's like you start to hear grunt, or you don't even start to hear grunting. You just start to hear squishing, and when you look, you see the half mauled or basically half eaten body of Fel Drendrar. So the only reason you know who this looks like is after talking with the basic description of the guy who stood up to the Red Brands and ultimately got his wife and children kidnapped. This fits that description, and he is just completely eviscerated, and he's lying dead on the floor at this point in time.
So he's dead, though, not animated, correct?
Go in his pocket.
He's not animated, no.
Okay, can I search the body?
Got pockets.
Search everybody.
Yeah.
So after searching the bodies, you don't actually find anything on them. They've got regular tunics on that are common lower class clothing. You see there's a lot of sheaths, there's a lot of pockets, there's a lot of handbags, but nothing actually on them. As you look further down, you do notice like this battered wooden chest hidden on the inside, poorly hidden, mind you, on the inside of the wall. It's got a little a lock on it that doesn't even look like it takes a key. It looks like it takes some other shape that you can't really discern, but there's a pretty hefty lock sitting on the middle of it.
Try to smash the lock with my quarterstaff.
Make a strength check.
See, the wrong fucking guy to be down here for this.
How's it going down there, mate?
Now we're the shit. I can't smack this lock off.
It's not
13
bad,
for
though.
strength.
13.
Did I come down?
All right, give me a second. Anything lower than anything higher than I say an 18 on this D20, and your quarterstaff's gonna get cracked. Ooh. All right, quarterstaff's still in place.
But the lock's still
Did you break it?
intact.
Lock's still held firm.
Okay.
Should I come down now, right?
No, I think I've got it. Can somebody toss me down another rope?
Yeah. Well, I'll throw my rope down. I got one.
I'm
I got
using
50
mine
feet
right
of
now
rope.
on him, so somebody else
Yeah.
got to bring their rope
Yeah,
out.
I'll throw mine down.
Okay, so,
So
I'll secure the rope to the
wait.
chest.
So
Okay.
let me be clear here. When you threw that rope down, were you holding on to it or not? There.
I was holding on to one end of it. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't want a giant coil of rope just sitting at the bottom.
Sorry. Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't just toss the whole fucking coil down. I should have. Yeah. Sorry.
So
I'll
there's
take
now another coil of rope dangling over the edge right beside you.
and I'll wrap it around the chest, up top, like around the front of it, around the side of it, and around the top of it again to make sure it's nice and tight. And I'll tie a slip knot to make sure that as it's being pulled, it can only tighten. It won't loosen any. And then I'll fire a firebolt. I'll fire a firebolt up in the air to let them know that the chest is ready. Drag it up.
Make a survival check real quick. You are a 3-foot gnome that is not really good with knots. You know the arcane powers, but I mean you're not a Boy Scout by any means.
Survival?
He read the knot book.
Survival.
Yeah, I read up on knots. I'm pretty known, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to implement it as well as I read it. Damn these little hands!
Yeah.
All right, so is everybody gonna? So he fires a firebolt up. Is everybody gonna start heaving this up?
Yeah, I'm gonna start pulling.
I'm gonna be sure
right,
I am.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be sure I am well out of the way of the chest, so that if it was to fall, it's not gonna be on top of me.
Let's coordinate our movements, Mike. Let's coordinate our movements.
So you guys start to pull this up. It's going to take 3 pulls to get this up there, and that knot is going to get tested. And given the 3 there, anything above a 15 is going to cause that knot to come undone. Oh, sorry, anything bigger than that 3 then, or 5, sorry. And anything bigger than a 15 will cause that knot to start coming undone. One more turn, the next turn it will fall. So if it happens on the last one, it'll just get to the edge and start to tip over, and if anybody can catch it. So we'll see what happens there.
So what am I rolling, and what is my goal? What's my goal target number?
Right now you are pulling. Right now you guys are pulling up, and there's nothing you can do. This is just merely chance, and so far it's not gone well. I said anything higher than a 15 would cause that knot to start slipping. You guys get it. It's a 20. It's a 20-foot depth, so you guys are pulling around 7 feet per jump. You pull up that first pull, it gets 7 feet in the air. You pull a second time, you see the knot start to come undone, and it starts to fall. Basically, this chest just hits the ground and sort of tumbles onto the ground right in front of Dab. Not a huge amount of damage done. You hear some cracking. That's about it. The lock is still intact.
Okay, so how much area does this chest take up?
Yeah, it's about 5 foot by 5 foot.
So if I was to cast Mold Earth and take the chest and the 5-foot cube below it, can I move it up to the top?
Yes, you can. Is Mold Earth a concentration spell? It is not. So yeah, you certainly can.
Okay, so I'm gonna Mold Earth and put it up on top, and then I'm gonna holler up from the bottom, Gideon, I'm ready to come up.
So you guys see this column of dirt just start to form, and all of a sudden it gets to the top. I really think we are using Mold Earth a lot higher than it really ought to be. But anyways, you see this beautiful, like sort of not beautiful, very torn up, tattered chest sit directly in front of you. As it's put up, you see a fireball shot up from the ground. So I want to point out, you guys are all criminals. You have a beautiful chest in front of you, and one of your mates is in the hole still.
Yank me out of the hole, please.
Get that guy out of the hole.
Okay.
Him out of the hole.
Of course, we're gonna yank him out of the hole, Mike. But I think we should open the chest first.
Yank me out of the hole now.
So he doesn't pocket it.
I still have control of the dirt underneath the chest. If you want it to stay up there, get me out of this hole now.
He's not wrong.
Okay. You make a compelling case, mate. So I throw the rope down to him and make sure he's secure. Pull him out of the hole. Come on, mate. We were just kidding around, just like you were with the jewel, right?
Am I able to get up? Am I able to get up out of the hole without issue?
Yeah, you scamper up the side of the hole. You know, a couple of difficulties. You're not exactly used to climbing and spelunking, but you managed to get your way up. So now you guys are up on top of the ledge. You've got this beautiful. Again, you're on the west side of the ledge. You've got this chest, this tattered, worn chest with a very hefty lock on the front of it, still in front of you.
And I'll look around at
my rope back up and make sure I got it.
Once I secure him, I'm gonna turn around and kneel down at the chest.
And I'll look around at anybody and I'll say, does anybody know how to pick locks here? Does anybody have a lock picking kit? I believe we picked what? Did we pick one up here, or was that in the other campaign?
So far,
you did in this campaign. Out of character, you guys took one off of Rob when he died.
Oh, you did too. Yep.
Okay, so is anybody here proficient in lock picking?
Isn't this
I
pirates?
think I did take it as a skill or something. Hold on.
Anybody proficient with these tools? I doubt it.
I'm proficient with
maybe Richter might be.
Oh, I think Al just said he was.
Yeah, he's a
Gideon
pirate.
is.
Oh, is he?
The pirate's pretty shifty.
Yeah,
They usually just steal your shit like in your face, not like sneakily, don't they? Like fuck you, give me your shit.
So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure
I am dynamic, mate.
I'm pretty sure I took the lock picking set from
not trying
Rob
to
when he died.
stereotype you.
Gideon, do you have those tools on you, or do you need me to give you the tools that I picked up from Rob?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring up my sheet.
One thing while he's bringing up your sheet, want to point out, Dab, you can only cast your spell twice, basically, in a row. If you cast the spell multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time, and you can dismiss such an effect as an action. So basically, you can change that earth about twice. So you could have brought it up, but we're going with it for now.
When you do it the third time, the first one goes away, so it just falls back down 5 feet. Yeah.
And I'm only allowed to move up to 5 feet away.
I'll take that set of thieves tools. I'm proficient.
Okay, so I'll hand the thieves' tools that I had got off of Rob's dead body, and I'll give them to Gideon to try to pick this lock.
Where did you get them again? I wasn't sure where you got them.
I got them off Rob's dead body.
Okay.
I remember saying I'll take the thieves' tools.
Gideon, go ahead and roll I believe this is a sleight of hand check. I don't know how to check for thieves' tools. Give me a second.
So you're proficient with the
hand,
tools?
I would think, yeah, maybe.
Man. 5.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Give me a second.
Don't steal it. We gotta watch him.
5. There we go.
Even though I got all the bread.
I wonder if you can even just click on
Dexterity check. So make a dexterity check and add your proficiency.
Gotcha.
And now will he get this at advantage?
Nope, it's the proficiency that he gets. You're looking for a 10 or higher. Not much.
Well, we'll smash it open if you can't pick it open.
I don't know. This thing just about smashed my quarterstaff in half, and it's no light piece of wood.
Yeah.
So Gideon sits there for a little bit. Was that your 14, Gideon?
15. It's really supposed to be 16 because I'm supposed to get my proficiency bonus too.
Yeah, you actually get 16, 17 then.
Yeah.
17.
Nice.
Proficiency's
You
plus
cracked
2.
it.
So you sit there for about 5 minutes. You're working with these locks. All of a sudden, and all this, the lock breaks open.
And that, my friends, is what I learned from the red wave in Open the Lid. Behold, gents.
I'm gonna start pissing in it.
So as you open this up, I'm assuming it's going to be you that opens it up. You are basically met with a bounty of gold, silver, and copper coin. And you've got gems, and also, so in this chest, if anybody wants to write this down, 160 silver pieces.
Go ahead, Josh.
Pino, are you writing this down?
Yeah, I got this.
120 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
5 malachite gems. 5 malachite gems worth about 15 gold pieces each.
Yep.
120 silver, 160 silver, 120.
I got it all.
Yep. 2 potions of healing. And a scroll of augury. So I need all of our magic casters, which I believe is just Dab.
I got
I'm a bard.
Yeah, I'm a
And so
druid.
is the bard. and
Okay,
four
so
of us
then I would
actually have
need
magic.
Dab. I mean, Paladin. This isn't a Paladin cast, so it wouldn't be you, Ganja. But Dab, Richter, and Pete, I need all of you to make Arcana checks.
Yeah, these notes I got, guys, if anybody wants them, I'll send them to you at any time, too.
Yep.
So, I'm waiting for the notes.
You know, when you get a chance, I'd love that if you send it.
Yeah, I don't have much, but I'm just kind of writing things down. Waiting for nothing.
So so this is gonna be a contest. I need so Gideon is the one pulling this out of the chest, and he sort of calls up and says, "Here's a scroll of Abagani, or sorry, not Abagani, augury." So I need the three of you to make contested I need the three of you to make contested sleight of hand checks, and the reason is because he got a nat 1. Pino thinks this is garbage. Pino thinks it's a bad spell. It's just useless, and he is going to attempt to rip it up.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
I don't
So
think I'd
let's take
ever
a sleight
rip
of
up
hand
any kind of
check
scroll
then,
that we
so?
found.
It's a
No
nat 1.
matter how
That's a nat 1.
Nat
There's
1.
consequences for rolling natural ones.
Fuck.
Richter did well. Dab, not so good. Now we got to
Can't
see
roll
what
for shit today.
Oh, I got to roll. What am I rolling? Sorry.
sleight of hand.
Here it goes. Nat
Yes.
20 from a nat 1.
Oh, there we go. All right, so Richter, you managed to snipe it out of the hands of wait. Okay, good. Woo. I saw Gideon's in there for some reason. Gideon,
Yeah.
you weren't in this one. Richter, you managed to swipe it out of everybody's hands. You read it out as the scroll of augury. You know this pretty well. So I'm going to show this to you now, guys. So the scroll of augury, or the spell of augury. So you all know how spell scrolls work. You basically read them out. They're a one-time use. By casting gem and inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, or laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool of your choice, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes, and that's real-time minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or loss or gain of a companion. If you cast the spell 2 or more times, which obviously you can't do, before completing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading. The DM makes this roll in secret. So basically what this is it's a divining spell that allows you to determine whether you're making a good choice or not.
Okay.
For the next 30 minutes? It's a choice that has to happen within the next 30 minutes?
No, but that's what the spell is. So you guys can use that spell anytime, and then after 30 minutes from then.
Now,
is the
will we
decision
have
you
to?
need to look
Do
at.
we have to use the gems we just found in this case in order to cast this spell? Is that what? Am I reading that right?
No, it's whatever divining method you guys would use. So I mean, that's where I think flavor should come in. You should probably give something to it, maybe like a gem.
Okay.
My nipple rings.
Toss the nipple rings.
Give it chlamydia. Give it chlamydia.
So, did you get the 2 potions of healing as well?
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Those are standard potions of healing, just so everybody knows.
What's that? D4 plus 2?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Why don't we just split all this stuff up that we found here right now, boys, evenly? 5-way split. 5
Wait,
gems.
we
Everybody
need
gets
one.
gem, everybody gets gold, everybody gets silver. I don't care about that crappy
If you don't
scroll.
make it all the way through, then we'd split your share, mate. That's how it is.
What's that?
I'm all for waiting till the adventure is done in this area before we split up.
I think we got no monk anymore.
Okay,
Who's
I'm
carrying
gonna
the
take
most
my
here?
5th share.
Yo, who's gonna carry it all?
I can hold the gem and definitely 1/5 of that 120 gold.
You could turn into something huge because you're a druid. You could just turn into a giant something.
I'm still limited. Quite limited, actually, at this level.
Well, man, I did open the chest, man.
I went down and got the fucking thing.
Well, that's fine. There's 5 of us. Let's put a
Problem
5
with that, though, Debbie,
Hey,
boy,
Splitting it up
we
will take as long as
you
arguing
from
over
Oh,
several
I want
times.
to point out, guys,
I literally grab a gem and like 20 gold and walk
coins
away.
are not that heavy. They weigh about 50 coins weighs a pound. So I mean, you guys got 120 plus 160 divided by 50. You're only at like 6 pounds worth of gold.
Yeah, I'm definitely just trying to grab 20 gold out and 1 gem and walking away, leaving the potions, leaving the rest.
I'll grab
All right,
a potion.
so he's gonna go and try. So Pino's gonna walk in and try and make his hand in gold.
That's cool. I'm gonna try to do the same.
Yeah, and
Just taking my share.
I'm gonna grab my
One
share
no
too.
more. Well, if
So
you guys want to split it in shares, you might want to count that up and split it.
Do we assume that everybody does a fair split, or is somebody going to try and be sneaky here?
Let's go with the fair split this time around.
I'll do a fair split.
All right. Everyone walks away with a fair
I'm
split.
gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna be sneaky and try to get a little bit of Gideon's money.
How are you specifically going to go after Gideon's money?
Well, while everybody's taking their portion and he is arguing to do it after the adventure, and he's really trying to prove
We already
his point,
determined that we were splitting it up evenly. You're not
I'm
going
gonna try
for that.
to take it second to last and just grab an extra 3 or 4 gold.
Make a sleight of hand check, and Gideon make a contested perception roll.
So, real quick, the split is 24 gold each, 32
We'll
silver.
settle up after.
Hold on. Yeah.
We'll settle up after stream. I don't think you're going to be spending much gold right now, anyway. So.
Okay, I'll just keep track of that.
The
Gideon
consumable,
sees
yeah,
you.
like,
Gideon saw you blatantly reach towards his group of money. What are you doing, Gideon?
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Make an unarmed strike and do it with advantage, because right now Richter's trying to be sneaky, so he's not exactly looking for a punch in the face.
While these guys are doing it, I'm going to suggest maybe the guys up front should be taking one of those 2 potions each.
All right, so 21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
4.
Oh, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you get punched square in the nose.
No. Yeah, look. I don't want to punch him in the face. I want to like cuff him upside the head, like.
Okay, all right. So you manage to cuff him upside the head. You don't do any damage, but you give him a good swipe. He knows he did wrong.
Okay,
It was a nice try, though, mate.
Okay, so at that time, since we've all split up the gold and we've figured out what's in this chest, I'm going to let everybody know that there was a weird magic down there. Things seem to be decaying at twice the rate, so we're not dealing with anything low here. I'm also going to step back here where Ganja is, and I'm going to turn around and look down this hallway and see if I can see anything with my 150 feet of dark vision.
Yo, can I take one of those healing potions there, mate?
I think that was suggested already there, Gideon. I think you have one. I think
I
you and Ganja are the ones that are holding them.
Got you.
So Ganja, keep that in mind. You have a standard healing potion, 2d4 plus 2, I think.
Okay, I gotta get a pencil. 2d4 plus 2. And Gideon, when you saved my ass, I'm gonna go up to you with my portion of the gold, and I'll be like, we'll figure it out after the stream, but I'm gonna go up to you with my portion of the gold, and hey, thanks for saving my ass.
Finally pay that debt.
Yeah.
Well, it's only been a few hours. What do you mean finally? It's only been a few hours.
I was about to say that's a pretty quick payoff.
It is.
So he's a man of his.
Is
Now
your
we all.
wife worth only a healing potion, mate? Really?
No, he give you the
He's
gold.
paying you all of his gold.
I'm paying
Giving
you
his
gold.
share.
So we
The
now.
gold that you
thank
fucking
I
yeah.
appreciate a man of his word.
Yeah, now we
Good
all
job
know
there, mate.
Ganja's. Now we all know Ganja's a man of his word.
There you go. So, Dab, you look down this hallway, you see a set of stairs moving down, and then you see a wooden door right here. Give me a second. You see a wooden door sitting right there.
Okay. So I'm going to relay that to the rest of the group, saying I can see down this hallway here. It looks like it may continue to the right, but there's also a door to the left.
I also use my vision to look down the other side. He's got 60 feet of dark vision, just kind of see what I can see down the tunnel we've seen on the right.
I'll go to the. I'm just gonna at least try and go. Oh, why can't I move it?
Sorry, real quick, Pino, you just see a 90-degree bend heading south. But it is, when you look there, it is like stone. It's stonework. It's obviously meant to be a home.
Do I have enough time to go up and check the other one as well?
Well, looks like Ganja's trying to make his way towards the door. What are you doing, Ganja?
I'm gonna stop halfway down the stairs, and I'm gonna use my divine sense again. One more use of it. Up around in this area up here.
You still divine. It's getting weaker, actually, the sense of undead, but you still know it's in the area. But from where you were last, it's definitely a weaker signal to you.
Okay. I'll go back and I'll relay that information to the group.
Dab, looking where you are, you can see that it does all it does is it's this wall and the sharp turn north. Oh, Dab's gone. Pino, like I said, you just see a sharp turn south. And then, like I said, you guys still see this this area, this opening up here on the north side. Northwest side, or northeast side.
What do you guys want to do? You want to fill out this room, make sure we know what's in this room before we continue? You want to just pick one of these paths at random?
Well, I think definitely we stick together. We definitely shouldn't separate in here. We don't know what's in here. I mean, this first beast that we just fought, and who knows what else is in here. If this is at the start.
I wonder if Dad's got any feelings. He said he felt some weird necromancy at the bottom of the hole. I wonder if he's getting any feelings from any of these passages.
I don't know, Dab.
Can I check around? I want to look at the ground around the passages to see, like, if I can see how much of a traffic area it is. Is that investigation? I don't think I have a plus for that, though.
Be muted, Jared.
I gotta stop that. These are stone floors. They pretty much are tell-all, so you don't need to do much deductions. You do see steps of footprints. Some are human. Some are like paw-looking footprints. Then you also see drag marks. Generally, always everywhere you see is just two drag marks in the sand, almost as if somebody's being dragged along with their feet. And then they generally all just end up back into this crevasse area, and then you see footsteps heading back out.
So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back down to the lower area that I had first checked out. I'm gonna go about halfway in. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I sense any type of magic?
You don't.
I don't. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so
let me rephrase that. Are you looking for anything specific? Or are you looking for the same feeling
I
you
just
had
wanted,
when you were...
Yeah, I wanted to see if that the necromancy feeling continued up here, if it just stayed down in the crevice.
Just stayed down in the crevice. You don't feel anything up here.
Okay, can I make my way down the hall and inspect the door?
You certainly can. You certainly can. Go ahead. So you make your way towards the door.
Before I inspect the door, I want to look the other way, obviously, to make sure there's nothing that'll come up behind me.
So looking the other way, you see another, or more like larger and more ornate wooden door at the edge of that hallway.
Okay, and at this time, I'll inspect both doors.
So make a perception check. Looking for a 10 or higher?
12.
10 or higher. So on either side of the door, which door do you want to start with?
I'll start with the first
Which door is it roll for? Okay, so for that door, you start to hear, you listen in, and you start to hear, you speak Goblin or no?
I do.
Okay, so you start to hear several gruff voices. You keep hearing the commands in the Goblin tongue, stuff like "lick the floor" and "roll like a dog." And you notice that the voicing the voice or the register that this is coming from, it doesn't sound like a goblin. It's not that high squeaky voice. It's more deep and guttural.
Yeah. So at that time, I'm gonna gather that information, or remember that information, go to the other door, and turn around and inspect that one.
Make a stealth check. You have advantage because you have stone camouflage.
Jesus.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
You put your ear to the top one, but as you're walking towards it, you trip and you fall flat into the door. You hit it. You don't hit it open, but you hit it. You were hearing a sound of voices before. All of a sudden, those voices stop.
Yeah.
Shit. So at that time, I'm going to stand back up, run back to the group. Do I have time to do this, or is somebody coming after me?
Yep. No, you don't hear anybody coming after you.
Okay, I'm going to let everybody know that I think the red brands are the other side of the door on the bottom, is talking in Goblin. I'm not 100% sure if that's who it is, but the voices I heard weren't coming from a Goblin, but they were speaking Goblin. As I went to try to check a door to the right, I tripped and fell face first into the door. I think they definitely know we're here now. Damn these little...
Just real quick. If we hide, they might think it's this creature we just killed.
Could be.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Let's hide.
All right.
So that time
maybe just in case.
Okay, this is rocky terrain, correct?
Correct.
So I will use my stone camouflage to hide in the rocky terrain.
All right. So everybody place your avatars. I think everybody is on now, so luckily everybody can move their characters wherever they need to. Ganja, you are currently sitting on top of a column.
Nope.
Nope, not anymore.
Right
You're not.
there.
Okay, so everybody hide where they want to hide. Richter, I guess you just are throwing caution to the wind. You're saying, fuck it, be in the front of the door.
Which direction are they coming from?
So all you know is
Over
that
here.
you saw Gab come from this area. Yeah, from that area there.
I heard the voices at this door here. And then while I was trying to go check out this door here, I tripped and fell face first into it. The voices I heard back here stopped. And then I come out here
I'm
and
gonna
let
back
y'all
up
know.
over the bridge.
I'm gonna hide behind the pillar.
Everybody needs to be in a
Richter, did
position
you just cross the
where
bridge?
they can hit this square.
Richter, did you just cross that bridge?
Yeah, why?
Make a dexterity check.
Oh shit.
Everybody
Bridge
needs to
can't
be in a
wait,
position
bud.
where they can hit this square.
It's a rope bridge, isn't it?
In a position by that square.
No, where
Oh.
you can get to that square and do offense against.
So we can attack it if need be. It's a choke point.
Yeah, I can get there in one
We
turn.
need to keep this square. It's important.
Yeah, it's a
Keep
choke
this
point.
square.
I'm right behind you, Gideon, so I can just cast from
Richter,
underneath your legs.
guys, hold on for a second. You guys are all scrambling around. You saw
Wait.
Gab running through and basically letting everybody know. Richter went to run across this bridge, not taking a second to take a look at it. He gets into the middle of the bridge. All of a sudden, you hear, and you see Richter just disappear. Richter, you fall and you take.
Oh shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
So I decided behind this pole, could I be seeing this with my dark vision or what? Just curious.
Yeah, everybody can see this. Everybody can see this happening. This isn't something that's. So I think all of you saw that you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the bottom of the crevasse. You are knocked prone. You have a big pile of rubble sitting on top of you right now, which will take a strength check of about 20 to pull off you.
Yo, I'm moving it right here. Because at this point, it's more important to keep the square than it is to hide, I think. Or right here.
I think we need to help our friend down there, Tab.
So yeah, right now. So
Tab,
what did that drop you to?
Does I see that?
That's something y'all got to focus on. Because if they rush this door, the best help I can be is to stop them.
I'm yelling
So
at
Richter,
them.
where are you at right now? Are you
Ganja, you
hurting?
can get closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be in this square. You could be in this
Are
square.
you down, Richter, or are you hurting?
It says I have 21 health max, but I don't. I have 15 for some reason.
You should have been at 11 and you just took 6, so you should be at right now.
I have 5.
Because you're at 3, you healed for 8, and then got hurt for 6.
So you are at the bottom of this. Basically, you're at the bottom of this crevasse right now, Richter, and you are covered in the rubble that was this bridge, as well as a bunch of other rubble that sort of fell from the sides as this bridge fell down. Ganja, you're standing on the edge, sort of looking. Are you looking down, or are you looking back towards the door?
So as I saw that happen, I pulled my rope out again. I wrapped one end of it around that pillar, tied the other end to myself, and I'm gonna try to rappel down to go.
Make a survival check. Let's see how your ropes do. In that, while that's happening, you guys see all of a sudden you see like some massive some bodies coming down this way. You can't see them yet, although they're on your screen, but they're coming down this way. They're gonna poke their head out. So while this is happening, Ganja, you're basically just gonna be disappearing over the edge. They're gonna get to this point now. They don't know you're standing there, but they certainly are on a.
Oh,
wow.
for fuck's sakes, man! That's 3. It almost hit 19. That's brutal.
Yo, I'm going to
So,
die.
Utah, you're not up.
Dice,
Man, you guys are just failing all over the place. Utah, you're not around your waist. You tie it around the pillar. You start to see these these guys coming towards you. You go to rappel down. The knot that sits directly around your waist actually lets go. You fall down. You take 2d6 damage.
I love how I'm just standing
Thank
right
God.
beside him watching this
So
happen.
Gideon's actually watching all this unfold. So is Pino.
I can soak that.
Ganja, you
At least
fall
I'm down
on
there.
top of Richter. So Richter takes an additional d4 of damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, Richter
Fuck's
takes an
sakes.
extra 4 points of damage as you fall directly on top of him. You have a massive body on you as well. Richter, you try and push this stuff off of you, but it's just too heavy. You can't get it off. Ganja falls directly on top of you. Ganja takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage. You take 4 points of additional bludgeoning damage as Ganja falls directly on top of you. Ganja, you're now knocked prone, but there's nothing on top of you preventing you from getting up. As that happens, these red brands are running in. They are currently at the ready, but they don't know where the attack is coming from. So you will not get, think of it as Bardic Inspiration. You won't get advantage. You'll get an extra d4 towards the roll against them towards an attack. That's sort of my way of saying you're half surprising them because they know an attack's coming and they're being vigilant, but they have no idea where it's coming from. They're coming in blind into this corner. So they're going to run out. Gideon, are you doing anything as they get out this way?
I want to hit him as he comes out.
All
right now,
go
I
ahead.
want to hit.
Roll an attack and add
attack.
a d4 if you like.
Okay.
Are we rolling the 4s
So
or
as
just
he-
automatic?
I'm gonna
Go
hit him as hard as I can with my trident, straight into it. I mean, trying to
All
send it
right,
straight
you're going
into
to take a
his
two-handed attack. After that, we'll roll for initiative.
Yeah, I definitely would have something to do watching these
Did you
idiots
guys get
fall
the
over the cliff,
rubble off me?
literally
I
feet from
can't
me.
make a strength check with
but-
20.
That's fine.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, and I fell on top of you, but I'm gonna pull it off of you.
So Richter, while this is all going on, guys, once per turn. So after Gideon attacks, then Richter and Ganja feel free to work together to try and get yourselves out of the pit and the rubble off of Richter.
music is hella loud.
Yeah, bro, you gotta turn that music way down.
That's
Going for it.
great.
You guys can all turn it down individually. If he turns it down too much, then I can't hear it on the stream.
Yeah, I was having the same issue last
Okay,
week
that's
or the week
fine.
before. Remember?
So
Go into the
just
settings,
keep in
go into the
perspective,
Right?
I have my volume at 1, and I can still hear it very
Go into
clearly.
the
How do
settings
you
and
know
roll
it's at
20 and bring
How do
it
you
over
know it's at 1?
Master Music.
There's no
Because
number
I'm
on
looking
it.
at my Google Chrome volume mixer.
Yeah, so you're
I
at the
have my
wrong
No,
Google
no,
one.
not there.
Go to the settings and roll
No.
20.
What's the difference? I turned
Okay.
Go
down.
to the
Big difference.
Total the roll was total 9, right? But I have an ability that's one of my martial adept.
only for damage.
Nah, it's not that. I have another one. It's called precision attack. Precision attack is for the attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, anybody who thinks the music is too loud, if you go to my settings on the bar for roll 20, that mixer, that volume mixer is a lot more, does a lot more effect on the actual volume in the game rather than like using your volume mixer or anything else.
Yeah, the volume mixer on Windows 10 is garbage. It hardly even works.
Yeah.
So I've set mine practically to the very bare minimum. So it's pretty much the same thing as a volume mixer for me.
So when you went into my settings on roll 20 and you went to master music volume to the bottom,
I could share my screen if you'd like.
I gotta change it. This cheat is weird, but anyway, I have great weapon fighting, so I just missed. I probably did. I swung for 8.
all right. So you swing down towards him. I mean, let's take a look. I mean,
It's
these red
actually
brands aren't
12.
wearing much.
It's actually 12, right?
Why is it 12?
Because the additional 4.
Yeah, his D4 was a 1.
Why is it?
Oh yeah, I totally missed that.
I did. I rolled the D4. It was a 1.
Oh, I didn't know it was a
So
roll. I
you
thought it
come
was an
down with a
automatic
halberd
throw.
as you bring down your trident and you basically stick it forward. It basically rips the front of this guy's this red brand shirt and just basically passes through. He looks directly towards you. At this point, he sees virtually everybody in here. He doesn't yet know that there's some. He knows that somebody has fallen down into the crevasse because he made eye contact with Ganja at the time. Pino, I don't even know where the hell you are.
I've been standing literally right beside, watching both of these guys all the entire time.
So currently, you are still hidden to them. They do see Dab because they look directly towards Gideon, though. So they know where Dab is. They know that Ganja's in the middle of it. They know where Gideon is. So I need everybody to roll for initiative at this point, and then if and when you attack, depending on how you do it, Pino, you may get advantage because you will truly be surprised.
Click your character before you roll
PM.
initiative. Click your character.
So am I rolling
While we're doing
initiative?
this, I got a
or
quick
what?
question for you so I can just figure out where we are. When you said the rope that slipped off was the one around my waist, right?
Correct. So there is a rope dangling in
So
front
in
of you.
theory, there's a rope dangling down, hanging from the pillar. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
And from everything you can tell, the pillar was decent.
Okay, cool.
Is there any way to reset it? Because I forgot to click my character first.
All right. What did you roll?
14.
14. I can add it.
Thank you, man.
Fuck's sakes, did I roll another 1 for initiative? That's 4 natural 1s I've rolled tonight. Seriously.
Oh god. Oh man, that sounds gonna be your theme song.
This fucking
Richter.
Pino's gonna have to make a edit for all my natural 1s tonight. He's gonna have like an hour of footage.
In the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. We're an hour in. I've rolled 4 natural 1s. That's fucking bullshit. Well, it's combat time, so I'm owed a shit ton of natural 20s.
So
Yeah, you are owed quite a few.
out of curiosity, DM, seeing as I've been standing over this cliff, literally watching these guys fall within arm's reach of me, could I say something to Dab before this combat happens? Like, could I shout
Dab?
something over to him? Yeah.
You can sort of whisper to him for sure.
Yeah, all I would say would be is get over here with your molder.
Well, keep in mind, Molder's not going to help him much because
No.
we already established you can only do it twice in a row.
How deep's
I
the
know,
All you can
crevice?
do is be able to-
How deep's the
Pull the
crevice?
rubble off him.
Dab right
I
away.
think he said.
Dab
No, I
camouflage?
can only control the dirt below him. I can't control the rubble on top of him because it's bridge rubble that's on top of him.
So he can basically
We got a rope hanging down.
But Dab, aren't you camouflage with your rock camouflage thing?
I just get advantage on stealth checks.
And as you stealth went out the window when you decided to throw a trident in the dude's face.
Got you. I got you.
It's not like he blends in with stone. He blends in with it, but I mean, if they're looking for something. All right, guys. So I think we have a list now. So this back ruffian is actually going to get first dibs at everything. I think everybody's in. Ganja, Richter, Dub, Gideon, Pino. Oh yeah, there's Pino. Okay, so this guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to get right to this spot. He's going to come to kitty corner, and he's going to try and take a swipe at you, Gideon. But he's going to have disadvantage because he's not square with you right now. He's just sort of swinging his sword out in front of his buddy because he couldn't get far enough down the lane. So he is just going to make a simple short sword attack. They do get 2 melee attacks, so he's going to take 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Okay.
So first attack is a 6, so that'll miss. Second attack.
20.
Second attack is a 14. Does that hit?
It does not.
Okay, so he's just going to sort of wildly swing out with his sword and try and nick whatever he can. He misses entirely. It is your turn now to enact some revenge.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to say is I'm going to yell back to Dab. If you have any way to fortify me, mate, this would be a good time.
Sorry, I can't help you out, bud.
So you turn around and you say that, and all you get back from Dab is,
Pretty much.
yeah. So what are you doing? You're just stabbing? You going stabby stabs?
I am, but I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do it.
You only got a few more seconds, Chief.
Got you. I'm going to attack with the. Actually, I'm gonna hit this guy directly in front of me with the net.
Oh, you're in a net. We're pulling back out the net. Will be more effective on Pino. And Dab, actually.
Yeah, just net us for him.
I'm gonna hit this guy right in front of me with the net.
All right, so go ahead and how do we contest that net? How did I do that before?
I can tell you it's a strength check. It's a strength check.
It's a strength check? That was a dex check for him to get out of the way.
Pretty sure it was strength, and it's 10.
Yep, you're right. It's strength. A creature can use its action to make a DC. Hit by the net is restrained. The net has no effect on creatures that are formless or creatures that are huge or large.
Yeah, the net has attached to it.
So it still has to. It's basically used as an attack. You still have to make as an AC, I believe.
I know.
Yeah.
But then once that happens, he's caught and he can use his turn to either break free from the net or cause damage to the net. But either way, he's restrained.
Yeah.
So
And
go
not
ahead.
prone
So you
as
basically pull your net out. That is going to. I think that'll hit. That will hit.
Okay, so as I slash at him and miss him with my trident, before he can react, I whip out the net and slap it on him. I'm trying to use him to block his buddy from coming in through the door.
Okay, so yeah, you're trying to sort of give his buddy some rough terrain to walk through. It's not necessarily going to block him, but it's definitely going to get in his way.
Roll the damage, Al.
There's no damage on the net, bro. There's
no damage. It's just restrained. And I'm finding what restrained is.
Down. You should have advantage against him.
Yeah, you have advantage against him. Restrained. His speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against him have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. He's not prone, Jeff, but he's locked up. He's just sort of struggling in a net right now. So Gideon, that is going to conclude your turn because nets will take away any other attacks that you're allowed to do on a turn.
Yeah, it's my attack, and plus I only get one.
Yep. And so Richter, what are you going to try and do? Are you going to try and lift this rubble off your chest?
Yeah, I guess. It's I don't know how I can make a strength throw of 20. I don't have any strength.
I mean, you're rolling a d20, so I mean, you got to hope for 20. So you push
and push up.
You push and push up on all of this rubble, but it just basically falls back on top of you. You don't take any damage. I'll let you take as a bonus action. You can try again. Basically, just 2 big pushes.
Can I use Healing Word on myself as a?
Absolutely, as a bonus action, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, just to play it safe until my boy over here gets up and helps me out.
I'll try to get you.
All right, so you go back up 5 points of healing damage or healing, and that will conclude your turn because obviously you have no speed. Dab, you are up. Muted, Dab. Muted.
I get advantage of the guy that's restrained, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the guy that's restrained.
You're gonna cast it right through Gideon's legs.
Actually, no, I'm gonna move up into Gideon's square, right below him, and I'm gonna.
Okay. So Gideon, all of a sudden you just hear a whisper of a gnome's head goosing you up the ass.
Yowza, mate!
And then
you gotta be careful in that area. We have to have a discussion about consent, mate.
All right, so go ahead and cast Firebolt.
Actually, sorry, I'm gonna take instead of Firebolt, I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on him.
How many more spell slots you got? You cast Chill Touch 3 times.
This is Chill Touch is a cantrip.
Oh, my bad.
Wow.
That's all miss. For the audience, you can just click on Chill Touch so that we know what it is again. So you go and sort of point your staff towards it, and all of a sudden you see the skeletal hands start to come out, and it sort of sputters, and then it falls back into your back inside of your piece. Now you do get advantage, so you get a second roll.
Oh, true.
Oh, please catch it.
That ain't gonna fucking help.
Fuck sakes. It's a little bit better at least.
a little bit. But still, again, so you try again. You see this gold ghastly hand come in. It just folds back in. You are gonna jump back out away from it. I think he still does. He get attack of opportunity if he's in a net? I think if you're restrained, you don't. But
check it, because if he is, then I'm definitely not gonna move if he does.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's either one of them would get it. I mean, the guy behind him is 5 feet away from him too, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So at least he would get it.
Disadvantage, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they can make up attackers up. So both of them will get an attack of opportunity. So I would recommend you stay under.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stay there then.
All right, Pino, you are up.
Okay. I've been considering my options here. They don't know I'm behind this thing yet?
Yeah, well, they don't know, but regardless, anybody that you're going to be able to hit right now is you're going to get advantage on anyways.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is action cantrip produce flame on this guy. So I should just put it in chat. So yeah, it would have to be the front guy, I guess, so I could still see him.
So you're going to get advantage on him?
Oh, forgot to roll with advantage.
Oh, that's fine. Just roll again. 10 won't hit him. 18 definitely works. 23 hits and you hit him with 2 points of fire. Woo! Doing damage.
Points of fire damage, right? So for my bonus action, I'm going to use Spirit Totem. Go. This time I'm going to pull up the Spirit Totem of the bear. It's going to give... So this is a 30-foot radius. It's going to be centered basically where I am. I haven't got a token for it yet. So everybody's going to get 5 temporary hit points, and then they have advantage on strength checks. Oh wait, so hit points equal, sorry, gain temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level.
So you get 7 points of goddamn Earth's health.
Yeah. So everybody's got an additional 7 temp.
Each creature of your choice in the aura, which the aura is huge. I mean, I remember this aura it's going to basically fill this entire area. Yeah. And then all of your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura. So, wow, that was a solid plan. So, cool. Richter, you will get advantage on all of your strength saving throws or your strength checks while you're down there. Also, everybody went up by 7 hit points.
Wait.
10 hit points. That's not healing.
Yeah.
So does that actually increase our max?
I get that too, right, DM?
No, it doesn't increase your max. Basically, it's 7 points that you burn through, and then once you burn through them, you're back to... You can't heal back up those 7 points.
I have that 10 point.
It's like a little 7-point hit point shield, basically, before
think of it as the 7-point armor. Let's call it that way.
You said I get advantage on my strength checks?
Yeah, so basically this beautiful... so how do you want the spirit to show up there?
There's actually
so yeah, I just want just a nice glowing, like not glowing, like a translucent bear kind of just hovering above me.
So basically this, and it's not massive. It's just this. It's probably about 3 or 4 feet tall. This bear starts to form above, and it's just mauling forward, just roaring and pushing out his chest, standing on 2 legs. All of you seem to get this feel of might and endurance. You feel powerful. You go up with 7 points of temporary hit points, and all of you get advantage on strength throws and strength checks.
And there's actually a spot by your hit points to put temporary hit points on your D&D Beyond sheet.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
On the very top right corner.
Yeah.
So, boys.
Pino,
so I would have popped out for the spell, come back in, did the bonus action, and my turn.
All right, so you're going to pop back. So you're going to pop out, shoot your produce flame, hit it, throw your bear up, and then bop back behind the thing. So you're not hidden anymore. He knows you're there. You're going to get advantage on him because he's still restrained, but you don't get that piece of surprise anymore. So that is going to conclude his turn, your turn. It is the guy in the net's turn. He is going to he's just going to sort of frantically try and reef out of this before he actually makes an attack on it, because his first round is just going to be him panicking. So he's going to actually try and make a strength check to get out of this. And the net, so DC 10 strength check. So he's going to try and... so he's going to fail to get out of it. So he's just going to sort of wriggle and writhe and try and push his way out. He doesn't seem to be able to. That's going to conclude his turn. Ganja, you are up.
Okay, well, thanks to Pino, I can expedite what I was going to do. I was going to hold my action and get hopefully advantage from Richter when it was his turn to lift shit off of him with advantage, but I already have it, so I'm going to try and lift this pile of shit off of Richter right now.
For you, the actual DC is only going to be around 19. So you managed to pull up as hard as you can.
No, it's a 16. I rolled 16.
Oh, 2d20. Sorry, 7 plus 3. I see what you're saying. So yeah, so you were looking for an 18 or higher. So you try and pull this this piece up. Wait a minute. Yeah, 16. Sorry. So you pull up this piece as hard as you can. You try. You get it almost to the top, and then it sort of falls back down. This massive amount of rubble sitting on top. You still have that is going to be your action. You still have a bonus action and some movement, although you're in difficult terrain.
And my goal right now is to get the shit off of them. So bonus actions, I don't really have any.
Go ahead and make another try for getting that rubble off them. Basically, this is you just reefing up over and over again. So go ahead and make a second strength check with advantage.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Fuck. Man, give me some fucking rolls tonight, man.
So the two of you have just spent this entire time just trying to push this massive amount of bridge rubble off of Richter, and unfortunately you are not succeeding. This ruffian is going to come through. He's going to get 1, 2, and then he is not going to have a heck of a lot of... Oh, I got to move him back.
I'm trying, Richter. Sorry, bud.
Okay, so I got to get
Benny Hill theme playing in the background.
So he's going to bound over top of his buddy because that is rough terrain, and that's about as far as he can get. He sort of lands here over top of his friend. He sort of weaves and pushes his one buddy out of the way. He manages to get this far, but he's going to stop here and then sort of turn back, and he's going to try and take a swing at you, Gideon. Again, the guy with the net is sort of in front of you right now, sort of blocking the immediate way to you. So all of these attacks are going to come at you with disadvantage because they're sort of you're wedged in between a rock and a wall. You're between a rock and a hard place.
That's exactly what the plan was, mate.
So he's going to take his 2 attacks against you with his short sword, both with disadvantage. Does a 13 hit? Probably not.
Mate.
All right, and then second attack, 14 does not hit. So both of those sword attacks, again, just sort of wildly swinging at you behind this rock. They can't manage to hit you. Next guy's attack, he's going to do the same thing. Because his guy's standing. Yeah, he can't do anything.
How long does that advantage last?
And if he moves out, he's going to be getting attack of opportunity. He sees that his friend is having a hard time hitting you. He's having a hard time hitting you. He's going to try and go to the Nothic. So make an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Same with you, Dab. A 16 will hit. And a 17.
Nice, boys.
What were you going for? A quarterstaff. So both of you are swinging for the fences. Dab does... I'm assuming this is going to be just standard. We'll have 2 points of damage, and Gideon does 3 points of bludgeoning, or 5 points of slashing damage. Gideon, why? Oh, it says Gideon or the red wave, but...
Sorry, I clicked it. The screen shifted when I was about to click mine.
Yeah, he accidentally clicked my damage.
So 2 plus 5. So you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of slashing damage as he goes and tries to get away from you. You guys managed to do a pretty number on him, but he manages to get away, and he's actually going to make his way over. And he saw Pino jump out from behind, so he's going to make himself and square himself up with Pino and take his 2 sword attacks at him. Seeing this massive bear totem sitting above him as well, that gives you that just gives you some hit points. So. First attack is going to be a 13. Does that hit?
I'm going to say no. Just let me double check. You can hear me, right? I just switched mics.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No,
okay, yeah. No, it does not hit.
Second attack is going to come at you.
Ooh.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yeah.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage as he just runs right through you with the short sword. He sort of hits right in your side, so he manages to catch right underneath your left pec, and it just sort of digs directly into your rib cage. He does a pretty good amount of damage with that piercing sword, but that is going to conclude his turn. Gideon, you are up.
Got you. I am going to attempt to really smash the hell out of the guy that's on the ground in front of me.
He's not on the ground. He's still standing.
He's restrained though.
Yes, correct. He's just sort of struggling in the net, still trying to fight out of it. So you're gonna try and beat the shit out of him.
Wriggle, wriggle, little fish.
Oh fuck! There's somebody cheering for the Red Brands right now. Map waifu.
Worse. So I just miss him from mad close.
Yeah. So you once again you try and run him through with that trident, and you're poking in and out, and he's sort of dodging it left and right, rather comically sitting in front of you, shuffling around with the net over top of him. That's going to conclude your turn. Richter, you are up. Let's try and pull that stuff off you. Give 2 shots with advantage. Remember.
All right, let's go. Let's give it a try. I thought it happened by now.
So you're just gonna heave and heave and heave, and both times. Actually, you've got another one. You've got another strength check that you can try.
Can I use my bonus action to use Bardic Inspiration to give Ganja a D6 towards the 20 to get me out?
Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna play
Okay,
my
we're getting you
guitar,
out,
hoping
boy.
you can hear
So all of
me
a sudden,
from
so
under
you
the
have
rubble.
limited space in there, but you pull out whatever instrument you want to play, and
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
all right. But now you feel inspired as you feel this familiar tune from back in your childhood, Ganja. You feel the rush of energy and compatriotism as you feel more powerful to be able to pull this rubble off of your friend here.
All right.
That is going to conclude your turn, Dab. You are up.
I'm gonna try to cast Chill Touch again on the guy right in front of me. That's at advantage still, correct?
Yes, the Chill Touch at the guy right in front of you. Yes. So the first one will certainly hit.
It's gonna cause 7 necrotic damage.
So you complete 7 points of necrotic damage as his hand comes out of your staff. It grabs a hold of this guy. He is not an undead, so I want to see if he has any other lasting effects. Hit target takes it, and it can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. Yeah, so basically this hand reaches out, grabs onto him, and almost grabs into his chest. He goes, and you can see sort of the life starting to drain from him. He starts to go gray, and that will conclude your turn. I'm assuming you're not going anywhere, otherwise that hand goes away. All of a sudden, you guys hear this massive just, and you see coming, Gideon, at the corner of your eye, you see the door that was basically holding out that area just bust down, and this massive animal just start coming towards you. It looks very similar to King Groll, who you faced off with in the caves. He is going to come bounding towards here, and he is going to absolutely boot fuck the dude in front of him. In which case, he's going to take an attack roll on him. You know what? He's just going to swing his Morningstar and get him the fuck out of the way. So this is basically him he's not going to use his Morningstar. He's just plowing this guy over. And so he successfully does that. The guy is restrained, and he just plows this dude over. That dude takes 1d6 of damage. So he takes 5 points of damage. So that guy is in rough shape. He's in a heap on the ground. So he's been knocked prone. He's been knocked off to the side. This bugbear now stands directly in front of you, ready to just absolutely obliterate you. He pulls out his Morningstar. He is going to hit you with Brute. So
he gets to attack both of us? God damn.
He's just going to boot fuck the dude in front of him. So he's going to hit you with Brute. So a melee weapon deals 1 extra die of its damage when a bugbear hits with it. So if it hits you, it's going to deal with another d5 of damage. Oh, sorry, no. He gets 1 extra. I don't know why I rolled that. My bad. He's going to get 1 extra die of the damage when the bugbear hits with it, including the attack. So he's going to swing at you with his Morningstar. Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right, you are going to take 14. So that was 2d8 plus 2. So you're going to take 14 plus another d8. So you're going to take 18 points of bludgeoning or of piercing damage as this bugbear just comes through and just comes down directly on top of your head. I'm assuming crushing your skull. You might be. Oh no, you're not down, but you're in a hurting unit for sure.
How much did I take? 18.
18 points of piercing damage. This massive bugbear just sitting directly in front of you.
Or because of the extra HP they gave me.
That's 7.
Okay, yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, so I was at 16 now.
So
and now
that's the thing that killed Rob.
I'm definitely hurt and it's serious, but I'm not dead.
Yeah, you. So he comes down. You basically the first impact of the actual morning star. You see like a bright green sort of burst from around you, and then all of a sudden you feel the piercing tongs of the actual morning star just hit into your chest, into that armor that sort of light armor that you're sitting on your chest. You just hear and it just hits you. Not doing a huge amount of damage physically. You're not hurt in any way, but you are definitely feeling the force of that blow, and you are quite aware that there is a superior human being or a superior creature sitting in front of you right now. Pino, you are up. You have this red brand that just took a shot at you and managed to stick with one.
Shit, I thought. All right, sorry. I was looking at a couple of things of what I'm doing here. Okay.
You might have to fix cams there. Yeah. You probably have to fix cams, Tab.
Sorry.
Why? No, Nostro's coming back.
Yeah, but he's in a different order now.
Hold on, just let me put my cam back on it.
Yeah, once his cam kicks in, it'll go back.
Okay, my bad. Pino, you're up.
Okay, yeah.
Your totem is that concentration or no?
No, it's there.
Okay.
It is just there. It's not concentration. Like I can wild shape and everything, it'll all stay there. Actually, I can wild shape and concentration still stays as long as I can keep it when getting attacked. And I'm just okay. Yeah, it is an action. So, fucking bonus action. I could healing word him on the other side of the pole from here. Would that be a possibility, DM?
Can you see him? I don't think you can.
Like if I just like stuck my fucking head out just to like try to catch an arm or something, instead of moving, or would you make me move? It's up to you. If I gotta move,
you can sort of pop out to the back end. You'd be able to see that Gideon was a hurting unit as he got hit. You heard this massive bear come through. You saw the body fly over, so you had to assume that Gideon was going to be hurt. So you pop yourself off to the side. You can go ahead and healing word.
So bonus action, healing word on him.
How many spell slots does everybody? Healing word is a cantrip, isn't it?
No, healing word. There's no healing cantrips. It's first level spell. I have 2 out of 3 left, so this will be my second, and I'll have 1 left after this.
Your totem is not a spell.
It is not a spell. This totem is a class feature.
Okay, continue on.
Healing word, 1 bonus action. Come on, roll big.
Oof. You go up 4 points of health. Yeah. You go better 4 points of health, Gideon, which to be totally honest, I don't know if Gideon actually needed because of the 7 points you gave him before, but that might help him out.
Was it not? I thought it was Gideon that got crushed.
And he gave me 4. That's 20. I'm almost at max again. That's good.
Yeah, Gideon did get crushed, but that 7 points of damage that you gave him beforehand, the 7 points of healing, it helped him a lot.
That's totally on me. I was listening, looking at my stuff, trying to figure out what I was going to do. I thought you said 17.
Oh, he did. He took 18 points of damage.
Oh, shit. Whatever. All right, that's good. That's good. Then I'm still happy with the heal. I'm going to use my action to use Wild Shape, and I am going to turn into... Where did it go? I'm going to turn into a freaking... I can't find a wolf.
You should have been down to 13 points. What was your max health, Gideon?
Mine? Oh, sorry.
How much did he give me? I thought it was 10.
He gave
7.
You 7.
Okay, bet. So I lose 3 more. I should be at 17 now.
Yes, that makes more sense. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, and go ahead. So what are you casting?
I had what I wanted later. It's using Wild Shape, and I'm going to turn into a Yeah, I don't really want to. You know what? A swarm of rats. You would say I've seen a swarm of rats, eh?
I would definitely say you've seen a swarm of rats.
Okay, I'm
multiple animals.
a swarm of rats, a swarm of bats are both quarter CR, as long as they're beasts.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you have to choose one animal.
A swarm of rats counts as one animal.
Huh. Hive mind. Okay, so you turn into a swarm of rats.
It's up to you, man. It's totally up to you.
I mean, hey, you've got hive mind. I mean, you are allowed to be shaped.
Cool. Yeah, so it would be a swarm of rats. It's AC 10, 24 hit points, speed 30 feet, one action bite. When he's at half hit points, his stuff starts deteriorating. The more rats he loses, the less damage he does.
Okay, so you all of a sudden you slink down the robes that you were once wearing, just sort of slink down, and all of a sudden this massive amount of rats just sort of starts creeping up from in front, standing in front of this guy. I even have them on the screen. So you that is going to be your turn, I guess.
Yeah, and one quick note I just read, which is awesome. It has damage, resistance, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
That makes sense because you can get out of the way of it.
So and I can't be restrained, stunned, prone, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, or charmed.
But your resistance does what for you? I forget.
Half damage. It's half damage.
Okay, there we go. All right, so that'll conclude your turn, Ganja. You are up.
Okay, as my well, let's do it with my bonus action. I'm gonna roll with advantage to try and get this off of him. I do have inspiration, but I might not need it. Let's just see if I do first. So this is my bonus action.
Okay.
With advantage. For fuck's sakes, man.
Now, do you want to use your bardic inspiration or no?
Not on that, but I will use my action to attempt the same thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage with your bardic inspiration.
May not need it. No, hey! I got this shit off of Richter.
Finally, you're able to lift this bridge off. You just push with all of your might, while you keep hearing in the faint background, sort of starting to wither away. Just I get knocked down, but I got up. And the whole point is like over that 6 seconds, over the time that it took you to do that, the drum beat of this song got louder and louder from Richter. He started to get more and more enthused into it as you were lifting and lifting and lifting, and then finally you ripped it off. Richter just singing his heart out while he lies on the floor. So you managed to get this rubble off. You still have your movement, which you won't be able to scale the wall with movement, but I mean you can certainly move around the cavern and so on.
So I do still technically have my inspiration, correct? Because I didn't actually use it on that roll.
That would be correct. Yep.
Looking, Richter, how hurt are you? I know you're a little wounded, but
yeah,
I don't have much I can do for you. But
I'm actually okay, bro, because he gave us all that 17 health. He put
7. He gave you 7 health.
I meant to say 7 health.
7.
When he gave us that 7 health, it did well by me. So I also used healing words on myself before that.
All right. I'm gonna go to the base of the rope of where it is, but I'm gonna let Richter take his turn to go up first because I don't want to block him off because he technically will have the opportunity to go up before I can because I'm a little bit winded after lifting all that shit off of him. So
all right, that'll conclude.
Let's go to the base of the rope and end my turn.
All right, that'll conclude your turn. This ruffian has been knocked prone. He's going to try and take a swing at this net. Let me just quickly understand what the net's DC is.
10.
It's it's 10, right? So he has to do damage of 10. So it's AC.
He's trying to resist to get out. If he does I think he does any damage to it.
5 slashing damage to the net. I'll freeze him with an AC of 10. So he's going to take a couple swings at this net while he's sitting in front of it. He does hit them with disadvantage because he's trying to squeeze himself in. So he's going to swing away. Merrill. Oh, well, he manages to hit it. He does 3 points of slashing damage with his first hit. It just sort of nicks it. You can see it start to fray. There's a large group of the netting that starts to fray open, but he gets some resolve and goes to take a second swing. His second swing will hit, and he will do his final part. He just rips himself out from underneath this net, and he will take his movement to finally stand up. And that will conclude his turn.
Yeah.
So he just gets to stand up, and he's also in rough shape. Also, I mean, he's got relatively low health just because he's he took quite a few hits from the bugbear coming through.
Yeah,
And
he's prone too. The bugbear knocked him down.
He's almost dead. Like he's like bleeding from the nose. His head is like, you know, he's in really rough shape. This guy right here, the bugbear shoved him aside but did not hurt him. He is going to take another swing at. Actually, he thinks that he takes a quick look at you, Gideon. He knows that you basically covered. He looks over and sees this swarm of rats sitting beside him. He's going to take a swing at them. He's going to do it with disadvantage because that pillar is blocking him right now. So he's going to take a swing at you. So 17. Does 8 hit your rats?
Does not. I chitter wildly and just skitter around.
All right. So then next would be. No, so he's going to swing both times at your rats. The swarm just sort of moves out of the way organically. He's going to take his movement to try and get out of the way then and move out this way. So Gideon and, because I mean, ultimately these guys are not the brightest people in the world. So Gideon and Dab, you both get attacks of opportunity.
Would the swarm of rats also get one?
Yes, they would.
Would that be disadvantage because he had disadvantage?
Correct. All of you would have disadvantage because he had disadvantage.
So I'm swinging with disadvantage right now?
Correct. So Dab, you do not hit. Holy hell, that's a lot of dice. Neither you don't hit, Pino. And Gideon, you do hit. So you sort of poke out with your trident. You manage to nick him in the back. Go ahead and roll for damage, which will be 6 points. Oh, not very nice. 6 points of slashing damage as you just sort of poke him in the back. Just, he manages to hit in behind him. He is then going to move. I think he's just going to stay where he is, actually. He's going to sort of weigh his options at this point and sort of jump back away from the battle. He does see... He's starting to see the struggle and of what's going on down in this area as well. Next, you also hear there's another loud just... and you guys see coming, barreling out. He runs into his buddy, but the buddy, this time, like, similar, it's almost the same form. He wants...
Jared, freeze for anybody else? Oh, my whole Discord just froze.
Yeah,
Okay, that wasn't just me then?
Mind.
Okay, I'm glad that wasn't just me.
No, this guy just took a crap there.
All right, we're back.
Shit was lit.
So, as I was saying, this bugbear is going to take a swing at you with disadvantage. 9 definitely does not hit, so he's just going to sort of swing down at you. The Morningstar hits the ground directly in front of you, and that is going to miss. And Gideon, they keep going after you because honestly, they're not paying attention to the tiny little gnome sitting below you. That is going to conclude his turn. It is this ruffian's turn. He is going to take a swing directly. So it is, sorry, this ruffian's turn. He's going to take a swing directly at those 2 swings at that swarm. So first swing is an 11. Does that hit the rats? I think it does.
Yes, it does.
All right, so you take is it rounded up or rounded down?
Resistance is everything's rounded down according to the handbook.
Okay, so then you take 1 point of piercing damage as the swarm, as he's just sort of the first swing gets in and manages to get some purchase. He's going to take a second swing at this horde, and none of that's actually going to hit. You guys manage to swing out of the way. He's going to sort of stand strong where he is. Gideon, you are up, my friend. You've got 2 massive bugbears sitting in front of you, very pissed off.
2 of them. Fuck.
What can I do to disadvantage these huge bastards? Fuck. And that net shit is not gonna work because he's... Oh, it might. He doesn't get the first check to get free until his turn, right? No?
You're muted, Jared.
For the net?
Yeah.
You don't have a net on you, dude. You threw it.
Yeah, I had 3 of them. They're a disposable item. They're like ammunition.
Okay. Well, okay then. Yeah. He won't be able to. He won't be allowed to move until his turn. So basically, anybody after you will get advantage on him if you land it.
Also, I have a question. Are we actually fighting these things, Pino, or should we run? I mean, not Pino's dad. Should we run?
He basically looks down at his crotch and sort of turns to you, Dab, as part of his action and says, should we be going after these dudes or should we be running?
Well, right now, if we run, we're going to take 2 hits of opportunity from the 2 biggest guys on the map here, from what I can see. So it's pretty dangerous to just run away at this point, I think.
Okay, so we're fighting. What can you do to benefit me, man? Because if I got to stand here and bang with him, I need to understand that we're going to coordinate something.
I got nothing. I'm a wizard, not a druid or a cleric, so there's nothing really I can give you.
What can you cast? I got you. I'm just going to attack this guy.
Now being between a rock and a hard place kind of sucks.
It's these 2 big-ass guys and these fucking red wave. Okay, before I attack, I want to try to intimidate the red wave into fighting against these bugbears. Because these guys are going to kill us all.
There's no red brands that are around you that would be able to even speak with you right now. They're all sort of engaged.
Gotcha. Fuck. Because these guys are fucking huge. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to attack. I always thought I would die for money.
Well, you are going to die for money. You do have a pretty hefty amount in your... Oh, no!
More money than this.
Been hearing that a lot. So you're going to swing down with your... So this is with the net, right?
Nah, I'm just gonna swing. I was just hitting him with the halberd.
Okay, so you go to basically swing out with the halberd. He grabs... So with a natural 1, he grabs that halberd. As it's coming towards him, he sort of grabs it and then stares at you. So right now, he's got that halberd, and he might actually take his turn to try and rip that out of your arms. That is going to conclude your turn, I'm assuming, because you walked away. So Richter, you're up. You are now free. You can use half your movement to stand up, and then you can do whatever you want. You're muted, bud.
He has a rope to the top, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And do I have to take 20 feet of movement to get up there? Or is it...
This will be your action, and it'll be an athletics check.
Okay, but can I pull myself up on this side?
Well, the rope's not on that side, so you can certainly climb the walls on that side. It'll just be a higher athletics check, that's all.
Well, you're the DM. I'm just wondering if, like, one of these ropes from the bridge is still intact up there, and I can try to get up that way.
It is not. So you can, again, you can scale this. This isn't a sheer fall. This is still hill going into this crevasse. So, I mean, it's loose dirt all the way down. You can certainly scale it. It's just a single acrobatics check to determine if you get all the way up.
Right.
There's still a rope hanging down, isn't there, from my rope?
That's on the other side, though. It's on, so that's on the battle side, not on it's on the west side, not the east side.
Okay, I'll take the rope and try to pull myself up right here with my action.
All right, so go ahead and make a... Give me a moment.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Make an athletics
I'd
check.
say athletics.
Yeah, make an athletics check, and you're searching for a 15.
Does he have advantage because of the strength thing Pino gave him?
No, if athletics is a strength check, then yes.
Athletics is strength. Acrobatics is dex. Athletics is strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an athletics check, so yes, he gets advantage.
Oh.
Did you say you're going? Nice.
So you scamper up to one side. You scamper up the far side of the actual piece. You end up right about where the actual bridge would have taken you as you tried to run across it. You're in, I don't know if you're in rough shape, actually. It looks like you're in pretty good shape, even considering all of the damage you took. So you scamper up that one side. You're now standing on top here. You do still have a bonus action, and but none of your movement left.
Where's Dav and Pino?
So Pino is sitting right here, and he is a swarm of rats. You don't know that, so you don't see Pino. You just see a swarm of rats at this point that are battling against this red brand. And then Dab, you really can't tell where Dab is because there's a lot of people over here, and he's pretty well hidden, sitting between Gideon's legs.
I'm going to use Healing Word on Gideon.
How many spell slots you got there, Lex?
It says that Healing Word uses 0 spell slots.
No, it's a first level.
It's a first level spell. How many first level spell slots do you get? Because I know you used Healing Word last time as well.
I have 3 of it.
Okay, so that'll be your last one.
Didn't we just take a short rest though? I don't get one back?
Short rest don't give you spell slots back.
Don't do it.
Alright, I'm good. I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna... Did I use all my action to get up there? I mean, all my movement?
Yeah, you have a bonus action. That's about it.
Okay, then I'm good on all of it.
Dab, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay, so if I cast Thunder Wave, Gideon's not going to have to make the save, is he? Because I'm right below him.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Thunder Wave and... yeah, so it's anything 15 feet away from me.
All right, so these guys aren't going to get knocked far, but they will get hurt. So it's DC 14 Constitution save, and they will take 2d8 damage. So Constitution on this guy.
Rolled an 8 and a 7 on that damage too. Nice roll.
Yeah.
So first guy is going to take his Constitution roll with a 17. Does that beat your DC?
Why does he get advantage?
He doesn't get advantage. He doesn't get advantage. It's a 17 is the first one.
Oh. It's DC 14, so that beats it.
Okay, so this guy's going to beat it. Does he still take half damage, or just
takes
does he
half
not take
damage?
any at all?
Half damage, yeah.
Is he knocked back?
No, only if they fail.
Okay, so he stands strong, but this wave hits him, just and he is going to take half damage, which is still pretty sizable. 12. He takes 8 points of thunder damage as this wave just sort of hits him in the chest. This guy's going to take another Constitution save. 17 as well, so he's going to do it, but again, he's going to take... So both of these guys just get hit with this wave of pressure, just... You see them sort of dig their heels in. They managed to stop without falling outside of your field, but they were definitely hit by it. Anything for your bonus action?
The 3 red brands will also have to make that save. It's 15 foot.
That's correct. Yep. Is it a radius, or is it? It's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
It's a cone, so you're not going to hit these two guys from where you're standing.
It's a 15-foot cube. It's like a wave that pushes out from in front of them. 15 foot, however you.
Okay, so I'm going to say that at the very least this guy, because I mean it's 3 wide. So if it's hitting this dude, and over here, I'm going to say so. I mean, just to give you an idea.
Yeah, so it's
going to be like this.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And this. So this red brand is going to get hit for sure, and he is already in rough shape. So regardless if he makes his con save, you hit this one, this last wave. It throws him up against the wall. You see him hit his head right on the corner of one of these pieces of rubble, and he is out for the count, bleeding from his head. He doesn't look to be like he's completely unconscious. Doesn't look to be fully dead yet, but definitely unconscious, and he's very quickly about to die. But he is down for sure. So, good point on that. That is going to conclude your turn, Dab, unless you've got anything for your bonus action.
Oh, and that'll take my second spell slot of 3.
All right, Bugbear number 1 standing directly in front of you is going to very, very mad at you, and he is going to take an uppercut shot at you. R.I.P. Gideon's balls.
I was just going to say, natural 1 hits Gideon in the balls. That'd be hilarious.
So he's going to take a Morningstar attack against you, Dab. Ooh, and he's going to roll a natural 1. So he basically swings up. So I'll be honest. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, when I'm doing an attack and a nat 1 comes along, ooh. Another thing that Thunder Wave managed to do, Gideon, when you struck him, he grabbed a hold of your trident, and he had full intentions of on his turn pulling it out of your grasp. But when Dab hit him with the thunder wave, it knocked him back enough that he dislodged that. Now he swung with his Morningstar. So I'm going to tell you, as I was saying, generally if you roll a nat 1 on an attack, you're losing your weapon in some comical way. So this guy's going to swing an uppercut. It basically grazes the tip of Gideon's dick as it makes its way directly towards the ceiling. The Morningstar shoves right into the ceiling and sticks. So now this bugbear is currently sitting without an actual weapon in hand. You can see there's javelins on his back, but it will require him to use a bonus action. So he will use his full bonus action to pull back out a javelin at the very least. So he swings up, hits in the ground, he growls at you, pulls his javelin out, and now he is standing at you in front of you with a javelin, which is far less damage than his nice big heavy Morningstar that he had. He is not going to take any movement. Pino, you are up.
Okay. So just as a swarm rat, I can occupy other people's spaces. If that makes any difference for later, I'm going to stay where I am and just take my attack at the guy in front of me.
Okay, go ahead. By the way, Gideon, you felt it didn't hurt you, like it didn't. We're not talking damage, but you felt the tip of that Morningstar hit your dick, and it was in direct relationship to the fact that Dab was the one that went after him. So
11.
11 does not hit. Oh, the guy in front of you? No, 11 will not hit him. So you, with all your jaws in this swarm, just try and jump at him. He manages to sort of shove you off, and you sort of fall to the ground and then skitter back into a large swarm.
I'm going to stay where I'm at and end my turn.
All right. That'll conclude your turn. Ganja, you are up in the bottom of a pit with a rope hanging over the edge.
I know I'm up. I just got the server connection interrupted. I just got to reload my page really quick. All I'm going to do is make my strength check to try to climb up.
Okay, you're going to go left or right side?
Do you mind making that for me? You can make that for me.
Are you left or are you east or west side?
I'm going to try and come up the side with the rope.
The side with the rope? Then you don't have to make a strength check.
Okay.
You'll just use your action to climb up because you've got assistance on that. It's not like you're going to fall. So you're going to make your way up. You end up walking up, and you stand directly in a... You said you can occupy the same space as somebody, right, Josh? Okay.
Yes.
You end up walking up, and all of a sudden this swarm of rats starts to, like, swarm around your feet. They're not nipping at you. They seem to sort of be still concentrated on the red brand that you just walked in front of, because that's where your rope was held. You walk up, and you see this red brand sort of sitting there with a massive, almost wall of rats directly in front of them. None of the rats snapping at you. That'll be your action. What you want to do for a bonus action?
So I keep my intelligence and my charisma. I wink. All of them, all rats at once.
I'm tiptoeing around it. I'll just use my bonus action to like what the fuck's, like to see if I can figure out what's going on with these rats and why they're like focused on these dudes and
Make a perception check. You're looking for about a 15 to try and see if you can see one of those rats wink.
Can you roll that for me really quick?
Certainly can.
My sheet, just because
so do you remember what your perception is?
Still loading. +1. Actually, I can look on my roll 20s there, so I can pull that. My perception is a +2.
So 12 perception. So you are still trying to figure it out. You don't necessarily see any of these rats make a wink face to you.
Okay, that'll end my turn.
All right. This ruffian is down for the count, so I'm going to delete him out of the run. This ruffian is now going to jump back into the fray. He's going to move forward, and he's going to see that Richter jumped up, and he sees another guy that's a potential. Swarm of rats, you get a attack of opportunity. Actually, not yet. You don't get an attack of opportunity because he moved. He's still within 5 feet of you, technically.
Does Gideon not get an attack of opportunity, though? Does he have?
He was back here. He was back here, and it's around the rock. That is a reach.
If I'm on the same
with these guys, he's not going to have any attention paid to a guy just sort of walking away. So I'm going to...
the same square?
What's that?
Am I on the same square as Pino? Because I would get...
You're on the same square as Pino, but again, he's still within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
So, no attacks of opportunity on this one. That's my ruling. Richter, he's going to come after you with his short sword.
Did he just fall down the chasm then? Because that bridge is no longer there.
Oh, you're correct. You are correct. My bad. So, he is not going to do that. Good call. He is going to... He's just going to step up side by side with his buddy. He's going to come back into range with Gideon. He's going to sort of shove his buddy to the side as much as he can, but I mean, he's still not going to get an advantage on attack. He saw this new big, knightly looking man come up, and he's actually going to take a swing at Ganja right now. So he is going to make a short sword with disadvantage.
19 to hit.
15 will miss. Second attack.
I shrug it off with my shoulder.
So again, you see this this ruffian just sort of reaching out from beside his buddy, very chaotically fighting. It tings off the bits of armor that you have. That will conclude his turn. The bugbear next to Gideon will go next. He saw his friend, or not his friend, basically the guy beside him, throw his javelin up. He's going to make a strength check to try and knock this dude into this guy right here to try and get him out of the way first, and that will take that'll take his entire action. Yeah, that'll take his entire action. He is hell-bent for election on killing you, and he wants no part of this guy being in front of him. So he is going to push him out of the way with a strength check, and I'm just going to do 2 contested strength checks. So 1 and a 2. Come on now. There's the second one. So he is going to win out against this guy. So he's going to shove him off to the side. He is still staying within 5 feet of you. This guy is going to get pushed and falls to the ground with this guy standing directly on top of him. So this guy is now going to go prone. And this guy is now directly in front of you. He has no bonus actions as far as I understand. So that is going to conclude his turn. He just basically spent his turn shoving a dude out of the way. This ruffian is currently prone. He's going to stand up and scamper away over to this corner. So all 3 of you get attacks of opportunity with disadvantage.
Also, if he was prone and he got up, doesn't that take half his movement?
Yeah, it takes half his movement, but he's still got 15 points of movement. He's just moving 5 feet.
So 16 with disadvantage for the rats.
16 with disadvantage for the rats. That will hit.
Oh, we're attacking with disadvantage?
Oh,
yes,
just take my first. It rolled 4 for some reason. 15. Oh, 8 with disadvantage. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you had a 15 and a 23, so technically.
Well, no, it rolled 4, and I would take the first 2 with disadvantage. Yeah.
Well, the first 2 are 15 and 23, so.
What? No, why does it show a 8 there then?
It shows 15, 23, 8, and 8.
For me, it's showing 15, 8, 23, 8.
Oh, well, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you got 15.
Okay,
Pino,
cool.
rocking the 9 points of damage. That's going to hurt. So you, Pino, how do you want to do this? Before anybody else manages to hit him, Pino, how do you want to do this?
I just want I want half my swarm to just crawl up his body onto his head and start fucking eating through his eyeballs.
All right, so half your swarm crawls up. They basically just start eating him alive. Over the course of this turn, they will spend the time as he's trying to, run away and get over to this corner. They're just going to basically swarm on top of him. By the time your turn comes back around, they'll have made their way back to you. Gideon, it is your turn.
I'll swing and then stop as I see the rats on top and then pull back.
Smart. Gideon.
Okay.
You look like a shadow, bud. Your lighting's a little messed.
Oh, I'll turn it off. I just had no Better?
Everybody left. Yes, much better. Everybody done gone fucked off. All right. Your turn.
Okay. Second, let me adjust my screen. Okay. So the bugbear to the right, the second one that got pushed, is he down?
No, he's still up. He just got pushed off to the side.
Okay. I'm going to try the bugbear in front of me.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to attack him with my halberd.
Get him.
You know what? I feel brave. I'm going to use Great Weapon Finder minus.
Oh, shit.
So -5 to your attack.
The attack roll.
Okay.
And if I hit it, it's plus 10 damage.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
That's not going to hit. That is
Yep.
not going to hit. So you're going to thrust forward with all your might, basically throwing accuracy to the wind. You just thrust forward as much as you can with your trident. It manages to slip right in between some of his fur, and you pull back. That is going to conclude your turn, I'm assuming?
Yep.
All right, Richter, you are up. You are on the other side of the cavern right now. Keep in mind, it's a 15-foot wide cavern. You do see a bridge up the north side right here. Richter. Yeah, you're muted, bud.
I'm just thinking. Sorry.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm thinking.
You'd only think for so long.
Okay. I think I'm going to use Thunderwave.
Oh, you're just gonna rock Thunderwave from the other side of the cavern. Ballsy, got it. So you're gonna hit every. Does Thunderwave hit allies?
Yeah, it's anything in a 15-foot cube.
Anything in a 15-foot cube. So, well, sorry, 15-foot cube.
Yeah, 15 foot.
So
So it'd be 3
really,
by 3.
the only people that are gonna get hit is Ganja, this swarm of rats, and this red brand because this is 15 feet wide, and he's standing at the lip of it.
Oh, it's
Don't hurt me.
15
I just
feet
fucking
wide?
pulled all that shit off you.
It's wide
that?
and deep. It's a cube, a square. So it's 3 by 3 in front of you.
What
All
about
right.
like?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna shoot at this first guy right here with my crossbow.
All right, go ahead and make a crossbow attack. And no, you're not flanking right now. You're semi-side.
You don't get flanking on ranged attacks anyway, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 does not hit, unfortunately. So you let a bolt fly. It just and swings. It zings past him into the wall, just sort of directly behind him. Richter, are you moving anywhere for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here.
All right. So you get up to the north side of the piece. Are you doing anything when you get up there?
No.
Is a check a bonus
Okay.
action?
Nope. A check would be a bonus action. Yes.
What, to
I'm not
check the
saying.
bridge?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Lex.
Yeah, sure. I'll check to see if this one's gonna break too.
All right. Make an intelligence check. You're looking for 15. That bridge is sturdy as a rock, baby.
As far as you know.
As far as you know.
All right, I'm gonna stay right there.
All right. Do not let the check hinder your ability to go over. You think that bridge is sturdy as a rock. And for
Okay.
all you know, it is.
Okay.
All right. That is going to conclude your turn. Dab, you're up.
I use my last spell slot to cast Thunderwave again. And
All
then
right. Go ahead and roll.
should hit the 2 bugbears.
That is correct. You will hit the 2 bugbears. So they're both going to do a con save.
Wow. Garbage. First one makes
First
it.
one is going to meet his con save. Second one. Nope, not a dex. Con. Constitution. Second one does not make it. So first one's going to take how much?
5 damage.
Looks like
2 damage.
3 damage. So he's going to take 3 points of damage as it just sort of knocks him back again. He stands with resolve. This one's going to get knocked back. How far is it? 10 feet?
10 feet.
Okay, I got to put this guy down to a bottom layer. All right, I'm just going to put this guy over here for now, but just know he's there. So this guy's going to get knocked back basically against the wall. I'll say for flavor, he takes a d4 of bludgeoning damage as he hits the wall. So he takes an extra 1 point of bludgeoning damage as well, on top of the 5 points of thunder damage that he took already. So he hits against the wall again. He doesn't look too rough, but he's definitely feeling the injuries that he just felt. It is now his turn. He is going to walk up. He's basically in a shoving match with this other one, so he's just going to walk back.
I forgot to ask. I'm sorry. When he got thrown back out of my space,
No, he didn't get an attack of opportunity.
Right.
I've had that exact discussion before, and I've already decided.
No problem.
So he's gonna run back up. He's gonna see that Dab did it again. He is going to poke at Dab with the javelin. So luckily, unless he rolls a nat 1, Gideon's balls are safe for now. He's gonna stab at you with the javelin. He does get brute force if he lands. Does a 17 hit?
17
or
will
dead.
hit.
All right, so you
hit.
take 6 points. You take 6 points of piercing damage plus another d6, which will be. So you take 10 points of piercing damage as this javelin comes through and runs you right through in the bottom of your chest. Just sort of hits you very unexpectedly. Very sharp implement that just runs right through you. Pulls it out. He's got a nice bit of blood on the tip, and you start to see your beautiful ornate coat just start to leak a little bit of red. That's going to conclude his turn. Pino, you are up.
Okay. So as a swarm of rats that were eating that guy would have seen Dab just get smucked, right?
Yeah.
He did not fall unconscious. He didn't see him go down. That's all I need to ask.
Did he?
No, he
Dab?
didn't go. He didn't go down, but he's definitely showing that he got a pretty good hit on him.
As long as you're not unconscious, that's all the rats would really be looking at.
No, I'm awake.
So Pino, the swarm of rats that doesn't talk, would like to. It's got 30 feet of movement. Could I send one rat up with some of the movement onto the shoulder of Ganja here, and kind of just chitter a little bit and kind of nuzzle into his neck a little bit, kind of affectionately.
Stop! That tickles.
Can you take that as your bonus action?
Yeah, I would use that as my bonus action because what I would like to do is then send my swarm of rat to the opposite side, going through Buddy's space as to not provoke anything.
All right. So you have one rat come up. It sort of nuzzles into Ganja. It's going to stay up there, not really be able to do any damage from two sides, but it's definitely going to let Ganja know that the swarm of rats is definitely on his side. The rest of them are going to go fall underneath the ruffian. Ruffian sort of looks below and sees it go in between his legs.
And then attack him from here. That one rat can jump down and come with me. I just wanted to try to show something like it's not biting at you.
Okay, he is going to turn around, so that's still not going to be flanking yet with you. However, if Ganja attacks him next without his turn being there, then that will be, and I believe his turn is next. So Ganja, you will get an attack, or you will get advantage on this guy when you attack him next. Go ahead and make your attack, Pino.
Okay. So do I get advantage?
No, Ganja will get advantage. He followed you as you ran underneath him.
Not a problem. 15?
15 will definitely hit with 4 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, 4 points because he's full swarm, so it's the 2d6.
All right, so you basically start nipping at his ankles. You start making your way up. You're sort of chewing into his legs and his thighs. He's definitely hurting. You're starting to cause a lot of bleed out, but he's not down yet. That will conclude your turn. Then, Ganja, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing these little rats.
With his back turned.
Kind of getting, as the one like shimmered up my leg and up my shoulder and onto my neck, it like whiskers tickled my neck and then it ran down the front side and joined the rest of the swarm on the other side. I kind of get a feeling like maybe this is, I've seen Pino turn into animals before. I don't see him around right now. He was here when I fell down. He's not there right now. I kind of have a feeling this is Pino, so I will take my attack with advantage, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna swing my my shield around, so I'm two-handing it.
All right, so you take your shield, you sort of throw it onto your back, you pull out what I think is a great sword, and you are going to two-hand a long sword and two-hand damage it. Go ahead and roll two-hand damage with the advantage.
Why is it rolling 4 times? I don't know why.
I don't know, but I'm going to take your first 2, and the
16.
second one will hit.
Okay, so it's two-handed.
How do you want to do this?
I'm going to kind of like wait for the rats to jump off of them. And I'm just going to stare them straight in the eyes and just straight forward with my sword, both hands, just
The rats will come
And
off
try
of him, and so he sort of turns back around to you as he hears this the shield coming off. He turns directly around, only to meet the front of your blade as it runs right through him. He just and he spits out blood all over your blade and all over your hands as he falls off. You pull your blade back out. He collapses to the floor. He is out for the count. I don't know why. Oh, because I've got space on. That's fine. So that will conclude your turn.
I can move still. I can move.
Yes, you can.
And I'm gonna move right. Why is it? There we go. Nope. One more. Why can't I move it? I want to move it. Fuck, why can't you move? There we go. That's where I want to move it to.
So you want to occupy the same thing as the rats again. Okay, that'll conclude your turn. This bugbear, again, is going to take another javelin, or not a javelin. This one's going to take a Morningstar swing at Dab, because Dab's been the one sort of giving him all the heck. He's going to swing back again on a golf swing up. So let's see how it works. Does a 9 hit you?
Does not.
All right, so he's just going to swing back up. Again, you feel uncomfortably close having a Morningstar that close to your crotch, Gideon, but it does not hit you nonetheless. That will conclude his turn. That is Ruffian is dead, so that'll be his turn. Gideon, you are up.
Come on, Gideon, kill this fucking thing.
Right, it comes so close to my treasure, mate.
That's what you get for having a gnome between your legs.
It is not by choice, mate.
Don't worry, Gideon. If it got close to anywhere, I would have saved it. I'd have blocked with my quarterstaff for you.
I hope you're good for it, mate. I really do. I'm going to attack the bugbear in front of me.
All right, go ahead and swing away.
Dab, how many turns? I should hit him with a net. Then Dab can hit him with something with advantage.
That would be smart if you can hit him with a net.
I'm going to try.
All right, you're going to throw out that net of yours, second one of your grouping.
2, 3. This guy's stupid, right? What can I do to trick him or deceive him or somehow beguile him?
He's a bugbear. He's pretty dumb regardless.
Shove your trident in his face might deter him pretty good.
That won't deter him. That'll just piss him off.
I wonder.
Shove it real hard.
Animals, right? They're not. They wouldn't be interested in gold, right?
Bugbears aren't very intelligent.
Yeah.
They probably don't even know what gold's for.
Yeah.
I would
shiny things are shiny things,
well,
man.
All, I'm gonna try and attack him with the net first. Why not? Let's go.
All right. All right. So 12 does not hit, sadly.
I will use my one superiority die for precision attack. I can roll 1d6 and add that to my attack roll.
All right, let's hit. We're looking for a 16.
I need a 12, so I need to roll a 4 better.
Yeah.
Let's go dice roller.
Oh, so close. So you throw at this net. It hits the bugbear sort of in the chest and falls to the ground. You sort of pull it back up, rather embarrassed in front of him. Are you doing anything? Are you doing a?
Thanks, Apex, for the subscription.
Thanks, Apex.
Whoop whoop.
You're
a real one.
I'm gonna use Action Surge and try to hit his ass again. Why not?
All right, Action Surge his ass.
Let's go. This time I'm just gonna swing my halberd. Fuck this guy.
All right, swinging your halberd away. Go ahead and roll for attack. 16 hide armor. Plus a shield. Well, not plus a shield, with a shield. 17.
Nice.
Ooh, there's a nice solid points amount of damage. So you run through. How do you want to hit him? I mean, he's not down, but
I want to. I've been messing around and missing the machine, so I want to sort of feint at him with the knob end of my trident, and when he looks, I'm gonna poke him with the trident.
All right, so you basically feint him with the second throw. You pull it forward and then run it through into him. You hit the top left part of his clavicle and his chest. It embeds itself in there and actually cuts a bit of his neck as well. He's bleeding pretty hard from his neck. He's bleeding from that wound in his shoulder. You rip it out and his arm just sort of goes limp, and then he just sort of tries to pick it back up. He can still use it, but it's definitely, he's in pain. He's in rough shape. He's not feeling very well. Are you moving anywhere? I assume not.
No, I'm gonna stay.
All right, you're staying strong. Richter, what are you doing up there on that bridge, bud?
I'm going to try to run across it as fast as I can.
Make an acrobatics check.
DM, this is where I casted my totem spirit, so that's the aura.
Yep.
I just moved my character back.
30.
Yep, no, I just wanted to make sure.
All right, so wow, 15 was your DC.
Almost
so
hit the one.
you basically you pull back and you know that there's something wrong with it. You think the bridge is still sturdy, but you're still not 100% sure. You run forward as hard as you can. The bridge falls out from underneath you. You dive forward. You grab onto that last slat and you manage to sort of pull yourself up. That's going to be your bonus action, and that'll probably take about half of your movement in total. So you still have half your movement and an action left.
It's gonna be
keep
hard.
in mind now, there is no clear bridge across this crevasse either.
Also, how tall is this rock right here?
That rock, it's a column that goes up. It's probably about 10 or 15 feet, so it's pretty tall.
So I can't shoot this guy.
No, you wouldn't be able to see him at all. Nope.
I couldn't see this guy either.
Yeah, you would have a hard time shooting anybody unless you basically shot Dab in the back.
I will. I'm just gonna move forward.
Alrighty. Alright, so that'll conclude your turn. Dab, you're up.
I'm gonna cast a firebolt at the bar in front of me.
Alright.
Actually, because I'm oh, never mind. I'll just cast firebolt.
It's like Sully with the bunk beds. He's getting hit from both sides, just top, bottom, top, bottom.
12.
12 does not hit. So you let a bit of fire go from underneath. He sort of looks down, just sees that you're having some tensile dysfunction, and just sort of giggles at you as you're this sort of bout of sparks comes out from your bow. This one over here is now going to take another swing attack at Gideon because he just saw the massive amount of damage that his buddy did. He's going to try and poke him with his javelin. He's going to get disadvantage. Does a 14 hit you, Gideon? I don't think so. So he tries to run you through with the javelin. You sort of dodge out of the way. That is going to conclude his turn. He's not going to move anywhere else. He's just frantically trying to move this guy. He sees the guy beside him is bigger and has already beat him, so he lays down. Swarm of rats, where are you doing? I see you're in a different...
I am going to... so I moved my... Yeah, the swarm of rats are where they're supposed to be. I just moved that guy back to have the aura where it was supposed to be.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't move the rats anyway.
Yep.
So I would like to move the rats to here.
Go for it.
I would like to... Oh, you got it. Perfect. I'd like to move the rats to here and attack the guys that are facing
All right,
my
go ahead and
two
attack
friends
that
there.
bugbear with advantage.
Beautiful. Come on now. Oh, I'm looking at my sheet for rats. Sorry. Advantage. Still full swarm.
Jesus.
A 12.
12 does not hit. 12 does not hit. So you basically run up the back of this bugbear. It sort of looks back and you shakes all of the rats off. They fall to the ground. No damage, but they're all relatively unaffected. It was no damage, so he's still concentrated solely on Gideon. Ganja, you are up. You currently have advantage on one person, and if you move over, you'd have it on two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the one that I currently have it on. So
all right, go ahead and swing for an attack with advantage. Two-handed,
So
I'm assuming you
bonus
swung the
action.
shield away.
No bonus action. I'm gonna swing my shield back down, so it's gonna be one-handed.
Okay, so you bring your shield back out, and you are going to attack with one hand with your with your longsword.
Yep.
Go ahead. I don't know why it keeps rolling so many times, but that's okay. 24.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll just keep counting them on my end.
Okay.
So good.
Maybe I'll just try hitting it once next time, and maybe I'll just double roll.
So 9 slashing damage. So
9.
You pull in from the back. You bring your longsword. You sort of have your shield in front of you. You bring your longsword down and just do a sort of crossway slash. You make a nice gash directly across the back of this bugbear. He sort of turns around. He's going to actually spin around directly at you now because he is not happy with what just happened. But he does take 9 points of damage. He is in rough shape. Like, he's got blood coming from all parts of his chest. Are you moving anywhere else?
No, I'll stay there.
All right, that ruffian is all but dead. Bugbear in front of you, Gideon, who just got absolutely massacred. He's going to take a solid maul or morning star to you because he is not happy with the shit you've been pulling. Does a 18 hit?
It just hits.
Oh, you got away with murder. You take 7 points plus a D8.
Oof.
Oh, you so lucky. You
yeah.
Point piercing damage as this Morningstar comes down on you. Again, it hits you in the chest with that armor. Some of that actual Morningstar shard peeks through. It manages to start cutting into your skin. He pulls it out and just sort of looks at you and growls at you. That's going to conclude his turn. It is your turn. Growl back, my friend.
And I turn right back and I scream right into his face, Halitosis! Hot mouth motherfucker, you. I am currently at 9 HP, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
I gain 1d10 plus 2 HP.
Oh, very nice.
So a nice heal early on.
It's amazing how many features your class has. Oh!
No, this is just a fighter.
Nice. Yeah, but they have a lot like the second wind, the action surge.
And I get
superiority die.
Yeah, at level 2 it seems like a lot.
At level 2,
great multi-class.
it's right, but it just seems like a lot. Anyways, so it's 2d10 plus 2 or 1d10 plus 2?
1d10
it's just 1.
Plus 2.
It was 1d10 plus 2, so I get 12
you
HP.
go up by 12 health.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's probably the best I've ever done that.
Well, that literally can be the best you've ever done. It can only be the best you've ever done. It will always
It's
be
at least tied.
the best.
You've at least tied first place.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so you are back up at almost full health, I think. Well, not full. You were at 9. You went up 12.
21, and I've got 24 max.
Yeah, so you're at 21. Oh, sorry, I was reading your thing wrong. All right, so 21 health. So you all of a sudden you do the second wind. You take your big breath, deep breath, and your chest sort of pulls out. You get this massive surge of health that you can feel. Go ahead and make your attack. $15 will not hit, sadly. Are you doing any action surge or no?
Oh, no, I used it already. You only get it one time.
All right, so that'll conclude your turn. Richter,
Does he not
you're
get
up, my friend.
advantage? Does he not get advantage because the rats are on the other side of him?
Yes, correct. He does get
Oh,
advantage.
I didn't even peep that he was that close, yeah. That's cool. Appreciate that,
Yeah.
Dab.
Yeah, the rats are swarming that dead corpse right now, just feasting.
Good call. 20 does hit. Wow, good call, Dab. So you do get advantage. 20 hits. Go ahead and roll for attack. Oh, how do you want to do this?
Nice.
After poking at him the last time and hurting him badly and pulling back, I'm gonna thrust right directly into the same wound and yank him down to the ground.
All right, so you thrust right into that shoulder joint again. You manage to nick. You're trying to nix a little bit more of that carotid, that throat. And this time you pull back down, you pull him down. As you pull down, you actually manage, because your trident has pins on it, to hook that vein or that artery. You pull it out, you just see the splatter of blood. I need Dab to make a Constitution saving throw. You were just covered in blood. So yeah, you managed to, I mean, it was just a 5. You managed to hold back throwing up, but you are absolutely covered in blood right now, sitting in between Gideon's legs, and there's just this puddle of blood sitting around you as well. And this bugbear.
I'm like, that's a good look for you, mate. Rather rugged.
So Richter, you are up. Go ahead, Dab. Go ahead and answer.
So I take the blood that just landed all over me. I'm wearing a hat, so none of it really got on my face. I'm gonna wipe it off of my face, and I'm gonna put 2 war paint marks below my eyes, and just look around and say, I'm ready for this shit.
All right, Richter, you are up.
You're dashing, mate. You're a pirate now.
I'm going to move
Like a feral gnome.
over here.
I like it.
All right. So you now have disadvantage, but you can still hit that bugbear. Well, actually, so you have disadvantage because you're in a weird spot, but you have advantage already, so they cancel out to a normal attack on that bugbear.
Okay. I'm gonna use my 2-weapon. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make. I'm gonna take my 2 short sword attacks.
All right, take your multi-attack.
Are you standing in the crevasse, Phandelver?
No, Pino just moved it out of the way so that somebody can move their stuff in and out, because that's just the totem that's sitting there.
Okay.
So 12 does not hit. Richter, roll again. 22 definitely does hit, so you deal 6 points of piercing damage. How do you want to do this? I love how, just let me point this out. Everybody has just fought and bled for this. Richter just walks in, short sword attack, and manages to get the kill shot on this bugbear. So how do you want to do it, Richter?
Well, first of all, after falling from the bridge, making it up, making my whole way across this entire crevasse, dashing across the other bridge, I finally get there, and I go, motherfucker, and I stab the guy, and that's it.
All right, so you go, motherfucker, and you just pull your short sword out. It's actually a long short sword, but you're using it as a dagger. You run it right into, basically in through the throat, down through the chest. You run it back out. Blood spurts out. The bugbear falls to the ground. You guys take a quick second to just sort of, all of you just, 2 of you are just covered in blood. The swarm of rats is still swarming. It's absolutely covered in blood. Dab has got blood dripping off of his hat. Gideon, blood dripping all over his pants. Ganja's got blood sitting on top of him as well. All of you are just out of sorts, just covered in this.
So, for the glory of the red wave.
So, being rats, I don't think the blood's really too big of a deal with me. I would definitely, as soon as I see that fall, want to run down the stairs and start sniffing to make sure nothing else is there.
All right, so
around
we are going to take a quick, about 5-10 minute break because we're going to go a little later tonight. So we're going to take a quick we'll call it a 5-minute break. Grab the bathroom, grab some drinks, grab some smoke, and then we'll be back.
I ran my dog out.
Sounds
So
good. We'll be right back.
Over 5. I'll be as fast as I can. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, so we are back. So you guys have managed to kill down the bugbears. The first thing that's happened after all of this has gone on is that swarm of rats will make their way down into this area. Make a stealth check with advantage. Obviously.
Okay. Swarm rats dex is +0.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, it's a swarm of them. If it was a single one, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
suppose that would make more sense. So D20 with advantage. 1, 2, 14.
Okay, so you still hear, putting your ear to the door that's you're right in front of right now. You do still hear murmurs. You hear like a very high pitched goblin sounding voice, something along the lines of "When will we leave? What will we do?" And the other one just saying, the other one just sort of, wait, do you speak goblin?
As I do not speak goblin, no. And as a rat,
all you hear is,
goblin.
and then you hear that's at that door.
Having keen sense with smell, would I be able to discern that they're the same creatures that come out and we just attacked?
You discern that one is the goblin and one is of the same type of the creatures that just came out.
Okay, and yeah, definitely would like to have a sniff at the other door before I pop out and just go back up the stairs, then pop out as rats from rat form.
You hear like very, very slight movements, but you don't hear anything discernible. So you can hear something or someone in there, but you don't know what it is.
Then yeah, I'd definitely like to come back up to the group, pop back out as my normal self.
All right,
and
so you turn back into Pino. Everybody's sort of expecting this at this point.
Then quietly tell everybody that I hear hostile creatures behind one door, and there is something behind the other. Don't know what it is.
And while he was gone,
can someone heal me, mate, as I lean on the wall a little?
Somebody throw him one of those potions.
I only have one potion.
I know, but you have 21 health.
Oh, I forgot I did second wind. I forgot that.
I was about to say, being a dick, stealing 3 points of fucking health from someone.
Yeah, stop in business. Maybe I wanted my 3 health healed up.
While the rats were down there sniffing around, I was looting the bodies to see if there was anything on them.
Is anybody else? Are you doing this invisibility, everyone?
It wasn't gonna be fair.
Are you doing this invisible like view of everyone else?
No, I'm doing it right in view of everybody because the bodies are right there. But I'm definitely searching.
The red brands you check. So all of the guys you check their satchels. They do have satchels on, and there's like nothing in them. There's almost nothing in them. You can't understand really why, but you know that there used to be probably. I mean, they are satchels that hold coin, but there's nothing in them. In the bugbears, looking through the 2 bugbears that you see, one of them is carrying a belt pouch, and it's got a gold. It's got a pouch containing about 33 silver pieces. But then you also take particular attention to the big one that ran in and dealt the good amount of damage to Gideon. So the one that's sitting right in front of Gideon right now, he's wearing an eye patch. And you look behind the eye patch, the eye is perfectly fine. It looks like it would have been in perfectly good condition and been able to see, but nonetheless, there's an eye patch there. That eye patch is a black leather eye patch, and it's actually set with with what you can tell is a semi-precious stone. You being of the earth, you can tell generally the price of stones. You can pretty much tell whether they're useful or not. You discern that this one's worth close to 50 gold pieces. So I mean, it's a pretty fancy stone. Pretty fancy stone. Everybody sees you take this stone. You start to rip it off the guy's face. But I don't know if nobody else got a really solid look at it to know the price of it.
Out of curiosity, while he's checking 5 bodies, has anybody else got time to check them as well with him, or is he just get us all?
I'm pretty good at reading through people's pockets.
Yeah, he's
okay. So, all right, wondering.
And then at this time, I'm going to say, well, here's the gold, everybody, or here's the gold and silver that I found while putting the eye patch in my pocket.
So this 33 silver pieces is what you spread around. Also, throughout looking into the big guy's pockets in that belt pouch, he's got an iron key that sits inside of it. It's got a very ornate cut to it, but it's an iron key.
And then I will take the key over to the chest that we brought up and see if it fits that lock, even though the chest is already open.
It does not.
And then I'll put the key in my pocket as well.
All right. Does anybody else want to try to see if he's doing this, or are you?
Oh
good?
yeah. So
I
as you
wanna
pocket
watch
the
him
key,
go
I'm
to
going
the
to say,
top.
what else did you find? Because you've tried to pocket something from everywhere we have been.
You're not. You weren't even here while I was checking the bodies.
Oh man. So I went down, I sniffed, I come back up the stairs, and you checked
By
6
the time you
bodies.
got through 8 bodies, you would have been there by then.
Okay, I'll just
So
say this.
at the end of it
found
is
this
what I'm
key,
saying this.
And I tell everybody I found this key, I found this gold, and then I found an eye patch with a rock in it. And I'll tell everybody that I feel like I can use this rock for a spell later on, so I'm just going to hold on to it.
Make a deception roll.
Against insight.
Being as like before, we were all together, me, him, and Richter. I am inclined to believe that's what he found. He did fess up about something extra. I would be kind of inclined.
All right, 14 is his deception. Anybody who wants to try and go after it, I mean, it's.
I'm not going to go after it. Like I said, I'm inclined to believe what he
I
says.
am. Why not? Because I don't trust any of these guys when it comes to the loot.
I just handed all the gold over.
There was no gold.
Yeah,
There was only
I
silver.
wonder why you gave that over so easily.
That's also so that in and of itself is probably suspicious to everybody because you're actually sharing.
Either way, I'm inclined to believe what he said now.
You're full of shit.
Because I know how he is. Do I get advantage against him? He really is shiesty, and I know he is.
No,
You don't
you
need it.
get to contest the deception, but Richter knows he's full of shit, and so you get in. You don't know what you don't know that it's worth something or anything else like that. You just know he's not going to use it for spells.
Man, I think that's a piece of loot, and you're not sharing like you never do.
No, I'm from the earth. I understand these. I know this rock. I know that I will be used.
Yeah, whatever,
later
man.
on.
Whatever, man.
I will say this: anybody else that examines this gem doesn't know its value in any way, shape, or form. It's shiny, it's pretty, but they don't know the value.
But my insight is not into the value of the gem itself. It's the way he's reacting to it.
I understand.
Like I'm watching his motions.
The only thing you know he's full of shit on is that he's not going to use it for spells.
I don't care what he uses it for. I want my cut of every fucking thing that goes on.
So, regardless, as you guys,
everybody taking extra little cuts off everything before I get my fucking due. This pirate shit is starting to angsty. I'm trying to be an angsty pirate.
An angsty pirate. So you guys are sitting basically amongst a sea of bodies. You guys have gotten into a chest that has gotten longest part of the stream looting. You guys have made your way through, several of these bodies. You're going to continue to argue for probably about 5 to 10 minutes with Dab, as always. Dab, eventually we'll see. We'll determine whether Dab is going to give up the gem or if he's going to hold on to it himself. He's still holding on to the ruby from last time. So
yeah, he had all the jewels, bro.
And then, but you guys still hear those murmurs. I mean, that hasn't changed. But I think we're gonna call the stream at that tonight. You guys have plenty more dungeoning to do at this particular point. Lots more rooms to go through, but you definitely made a dent. So thank you everybody for watching. We'll come back again Monday night, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hope to see you there.
And we'll be back again Wednesday with the Bacon Campaign at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.